Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to the Poker Life Podcast. My name is Joe Ingram, aka Chicago Joey. Before I get into it, I want to say iTunes is officially updated. Poker Life Podcast officially back on iTunes. Search Poker Life on there. Also, we talked about this these past couple weeks. For anyone that signed up for the Upswing PLO course through my link, you can still do that. But also, I promised some extra value, extra content in the video form and in a copy of my book. That stuff is now completed. You can get in touch with me. If you haven't already gotten in touch with me, I've talked to a lot of the guys, but you can get in touch with me as well for that. And what else do I have on here? That's all I got, man. Joining me today on the podcast is a young gentleman who is one of my favorite people to talk to. He's the man who's been known to cause a little stir, cause a little ruckus. He sometimes says some things and then people say things. I don't know exactly what happens. He's a man who's entertained millions of views around the world with his videos on YouTube. A man who is debatably, I don't know if we can call him the best sets-up no-one player in the world now. I don't think we can. I don't know. He's been playing, a little bit. Hasn't been playing as much. But a man who's been Poker Night. He's everywhere, man. He's everywhere. He's Poker Night America, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. I don't know. He's got 75 guys working for him or something like that over there. We're joined by the Supreme Leader, Douglas K. Polk, live from Vancouver. What's up, Poppy? Welcome back to the Poker Life Podcast, kid.
Thanks, man. It's always been a dream of mine to be on the show. So finally getting to make that reality here today.
Dude, do you remember you were the second person I ever had on my podcast, like a second guest ever?
Yeah. We debated calling it the Power Poker Podcast. Remember?
The Power Poker Podcast.
Yeah.
I remember that, man. You were playing some Power Poker then.
Oh, bang, bang.
No, I'm kidding, man. What's going on, man? How you feeling, buddy?
So I'm good, man. Like I got to Vancouver, I don't know, 4 days ago or something like that. I got all my stuff set up, been like getting like, I'm going to be streaming for Scoop, right? So I got all these like vids I got to get done to make sure that when I'm streaming, I can focus on that. So I've been pumping out vids, making some YouTube vids, making some Upswing vids, kind of all over the place, just getting a lot done. And getting ready for the storm, man. Scoop's always a grind. It's always a grind. So I think like coming into it with like clear mind and like not a lot of stuff you have to do outside of that is always like a pretty good strat. Yeah,
I actually just took my grandma to the airport the other day. She's going up to Toronto to play Scoop. She thinks she's going to have a pretty big Scoop this year. So I'm pretty excited for my grandma. I hope she does well, man. What else been happening? Anything else been going on with you in poker lately, man? Anybody been saying anything?
You just have to troll. You just have to. If I talk about a tournament, your way of like demeaning the tournament is just to immediately start trolling about tournaments.
No, I'm serious. My grandma, she's going to hang out with Luke Schwartz's grandma. They're both playing Scoop together in the $11 tournaments. You didn't know that?
Oh God.
Luke talked about his grandma going out in the last podcast. I figure I set them up. They're both playing Scoop together. It's kind of cool, man. Tournament players rooming together, man. So let's start off with this whole Luke thing because we talked about this last time on the podcast, and now new video came out. Luke was on Poker News. Shout out to Poker News. Shout out to Laura Cornelius. He was on there. And, gave some impressions, made some comments, talked about some things. And I think a lot of people want to know out there, sort of what's your reaction to some of those comments?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, for starters, nothing really new here. It's just kind of like a rehash of what happened again. I don't know if I don't exactly know what was going on. Maybe Poker News wanted some views. Maybe Luke wanted some attention. I really don't know, man. But at the end of the day, like this is the exact same thing again. So kind of boring to me overall. What I will say is it is pretty not cool and just completely false to call Upswing Poker a scam. So, I take offense to that. I put a lot of work into my company to really try and make it a great place to learn about poker. And there's not too much that I really want to say, man, other than the fact that Upswing Poker is a great place to learn about poker, and what he's said is completely false.
Yeah, I think once again, he kind of went over the whole scam thing again. And we talked about this last time too, and now it's been going through the forums. And I mean, I think for one, I think it's pretty ridiculous. I know a lot of people who are in the lab. Like I said, I'm a member of the little Facebook group where people are talking every day. And I've seen a lot of people personally make good results and have a lot of good experience with that. So I think the idea of that is, obviously I feel like I think most people realize that, though. I think most people realize that there's a lot of training sites. It's not just your training site. There's a ton of different training sites out there that exist. And I mean, it's all about what you put into it. You put work into it, you're going to get value from it.
Well, it really depends on the people that are making the training, and it depends on a lot of things. You know, there are definitely training sites out there that are not good.
Bang bang.
I think that it's pretty clear that the best two training sites right now are Upswing Poker and Run It Once. I don't think that there's really any training site that's like kind of on that level. So I guess I just I look at it like this, you're always welcome to make fun of me, and especially if you can do it in like a funny way, I'm fine with that. But then to just attack me and call my company a scam and just really just, I just don't get it. I guess maybe this is just the only thing that he really can use to be kind of the center of attention or whatever. But at some point it's just kind of dude, I'm over this, and yeah, I'm just gonna have to defend myself and move on, because look, man, it's stupid. It's it can't just be well, you suck. Well, no, you suck. Yeah, well, your graph is bad, but your it just can't be like that. It's just there's no new material here, really. It's just getting kind of repetitive. And I mean, don't get me wrong. There will always be a place in my heart and my wall for Luke's graph. That will be forever mummified.
You put someone's graph on the wall, they're gonna be fucking pissed. I mean, I can understand that.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It's a difference between having beef with someone personally, and then just straight calling their company a scam. So yeah, and there's one last thing I want to say in the subject, because there's a lot of people that are oh, you guys need to battle it out. Heads up. Look, guys.
Yes, heads up for rolls.
Never gonna happen. Okay, straight up. Think about it like this. Imagine you're running a legitimate business and you're working hard on it, and someone comes out there and just attacks you and makes fun of you and calls your company a scam. Do you respond by saying, oh yeah, well, let me give you a platform to talk shit about me to my face in front of everyone? No, you don't do that. There's no value there for me. It's just basically oh, do you want to give Luke a chance just to spout off and just be an idiot, publicly? And no, I mean, he's welcome to go on whatever, show he wants to go on and talk shit about me, but I'm not going to use my own personal platform to allow him that opportunity. So it's just not going to happen.
It's tragic, man. A lot of people are looking forward to that heads up match. They wanted to see it, Poppy. They wanted to see it go down, but we're not going to see it, huh?
Yeah, because it just isn't cool. I'm not going to allow that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see your side of the situation. Obviously, the fans out there, they love the drama. They love this kind of shit, man. This is what people like, man. They like this little, all this kind of drama situations. This is what gets people talking, man. As you know, on the YouTube streets, the headlines and these sort of videos out there, this is what people enjoy in the world.
Yeah, people love drama. And what I really enjoy, Joey, is people love to say how much they hate drama. This happens all the time, right? I'll do a video and it'll be on some kind of drama-ish, subject. I haven't done too many of those, but I've done a few. And then people will see it and they'll be, oh man, oh, this is terrible. You can't make videos like this. This is awful. I would never watch. I wonder what he said though. Click. Okay. Oh, this is total garbage. Who watches these things? Who the fuck watch? But then what happened? Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't watch it. Comments. I didn't watch this video and no one's going to watch this. Everyone hates this drama. Check the other comments. I mean, I don't understand why it's like that. People, look, man, if I could make a video and make it on just good, information presented in a, NL 400 session.
Oh, NL 400. Tell me more.
20-minute analysis. And then people were like, oh, awesome. This is a cool video. And then people were like, nice. Oh, man, I love NL 400. They checked it out. That would be great. But it's not. People want to hear about, who said what and, what scams went down. And the thing is, I have, a real commitment to putting out good content. And if you look at my channel, in general, most of the stuff that I put out on YouTube is informative by far. I mean, poker hands is a thing. But you have to also kind of embrace some of the other elements, which is occasionally partaking in some of the drama that's going on, or talking about the news, or running some jokes. You kind of have to take on all of those things. For example, I put out a video yesterday, and I was thinking, how can I make a video title that just a random person on YouTube could click on? Because if you make a video title that's Pocket Queens check raises the turn, okay? Ooh, I know, Pocket Queens. Yeah. So I mean, it's a good video. It could be better. It could be Kings or Aces, but the thing is that video is only going to appeal to people in poker, right? Because if you don't know what queens or a check raise is, you're not going to click on it. So I tried a video yesterday, and it's just an episode of Poker Hands. Like, I just break down a hand, but I called it "Streamer Loses $102,000 Gambling on Twitch."
I saw that.
So that way, if someone's just coming across it, they can be like, "Oh, okay, I understand that. I don't know about queens check raising the turn, but I understand about gambling and losing money." So I'm gonna try and do some more tactics like that to try and get people in the door. But again, like going back to this, there's always a focus for me on putting out quality content that people can learn from.
Doug, can you beat the game anymore?
Yes, obviously I can beat the game. I mean, what kind of question? Like when people say this,
that's what I heard. That's what I heard in the video. That's what people are saying. They say, "Can Doug beat?" I go, "Of course, Doug can beat the fucking game." Now it's you're on to other things though. You're focusing on your business. You're focusing on the content. But I think the idea that you can't. I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty ridiculous to say that.
Well, over the course of the last year, I mean, I think I've won something along the lines of $1 million or something. And I mean, that's not amazing. I'm not saying that like I'm like the sickest crusher out there of all time. I probably won like $400,000 or $500,000 just while I was streaming, and then some money in like live tournaments or live cash or whatever. So yeah, no, I get what people are saying. They're saying like you don't play that much anymore. It's more for videos or streams or whatever. But like, I mean, come on, let's just take a step back here. I was saying this actually in a video I did a couple days ago. Like, oh, you're retired. Like, you don't play shit anymore. Okay, in just the first 6 months of this year, I've played multiple 25K high rollers, 1K, 2K big bet mix at the Aria, 501K no limit at the Aria. I'm going to play the 300K super high roller bowl, the one drop, a bunch of these like higher stakes streams. They're not like very high stakes, but still there's something. I mean, you can't act like I'm just like retired. Like I'm still winning like a lot of money and playing higher stakes stuff and still putting my money where my mouth is. I'm just not like, oh, every day my goal here is to grind. It's not like I wake up and I'm like, what poker game can I play today? I wake up and I have all this stuff I have to do. I have an obligation to the people at Upswing to continue to put out good content there. I have an obligation to my YouTube viewers to continue to put up good videos to try and build my audience. So I'm always going to play poker. It's just not like my first and foremost goal every day.
I think that makes sense. I think a lot of people get to that point in time when they start working on their interest, whether that's a business or whether it's a job or whether it's you get married and for someone for money and you live off their money. I don't know exactly what people are doing these days, when they quit poker, but I think there's a lot of different things that you can do and spend time on. But I mean, in terms of can you still beat poker, I think that answer is obvious. Now, which stakes that could be, I'm sure if you rededicated yourself completely to poker, that you'd be able to compete with anybody in the world. Maybe not. What about Pot Limit Omaha, though? It seems like some of your losses were at the great game of Pot Limit Omaha, Doug. And I feel bad that people are now grouping this into your no and hold ability because you're not a PLO player. You don't play the great game, 4 cards instead of 2. The great game of Pot Limit Omaha.
Joey, it's funny. Like, there's something that I did that, I always try and be like straight up with people, and I always try and be like real honest about like the things I'm good at or bad at or whatever. And the bit of the problem is some people view that as, arrogance or whatever. But I also like to be straight up with the things that I'm not good at. And I did a video and I was like, guys, I've done really well in no limit hold'em, but at the higher stakes PLO, I've not done very well. I've lost like 600K or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's just at the higher stakes. I think I'm up like a few 100K at like 10, 20, 20, 50. But, whenever I tried to do 51 plus, I got crushed. And I said that very honestly because I really have nothing to hide. I mean, you can't even hide it. It's out there. But I also don't want to be someone that's just like completely blind to like your weaknesses. Like, I'm not good at everything. No one beats everything, right? So
no one?
I'm just whatever. So the thing is, like, I think it's an important part of like, personal growth and also just like being like a candid person to be like, yeah, okay, I lost at this. I can admit that. I can admit that I'm not a great PLO player. And I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. I took a shot. I gave it my best. It didn't work out.
Maybe Jane Anda's course on Upswing Poker and maybe work on your PLO game, Poppy. Because
if I wanted to get better at PLO, and I would say I'm planning on playing, let me think about this, 0 PLO. I'm playing about roughly, it's approximately 0.
Sad, bro.
Yeah, then I would work on it. But the thing is, like, I'm focusing on other areas now, and yeah, I'm okay saying that I'm not good at pot limit Omaha. But the example that was given in that one was kind of weird. It was like, yeah, you lost money over that time. It's like I won like 1 point something million on full tilt while I lost that 500 can stars. So it's like, you know, first off, in just those 2 sites, I'm up like $1 million or whatever over that stretch. And then on top of it, I was doing really well in tournaments that are all listed, you know? So I really don't want to focus too much on the whole thing. I just want to occasionally troll, but yeah, if so,
you gotta understand that when you troll, that's obviously going to elicit a reaction from that other person. You know, when you say things and then they say things and then you put the graph in the background, but that's going to elicit that response, especially before with things said in the past. You know, so I can understand why he's upset about it.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but you know, it's in the game, man. It's all in the game. So I guess my final thing that I would say though on the subject of just like playing poker, it's tough because, you know, as you take more time off, you get worse. Mm-hmm. And so like trying to balance, you know, being a good poker player with everything else you're doing is tough. I mean, look guys, look at the people that put out videos, you know, a lot of great guys, a lot of really nice guys. But they're not like the top poker players because it's different skill sets. So it is tough trying to balance those two things. And I think that there's like some part of the audience that says like, oh, I'll go just like fight everyone, Doug, because like old Doug, like that was, you know, I didn't have a business. I wasn't like on goddamn social media. I wasn't trying to like, you know, grow my audience. I was just a poker player trying to make the most money I could. So I was out there just like firing shots, like playing whoever I could, trying to like, you know, studying every single day to get better, talking shit to get games. And now it's like, okay, well now my focus is on a lot of other things that I'm doing. So I can't do those same things I did before. Like it's not always in my best interest to do those things. So, you know, I'm going to continue to play higher stakes events. I'm always going to have, you know, some focus on playing poker to the best of my ability. But, you know, now that my pursuits are elsewhere as well, it's just a little bit tougher.
I like it, Poppy. I like it. Let's move on, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to my wizard assistant, Jonah. Shout out to Instagram. Shout out to my Instagram, Poppy GTO. Doug, I got to get an Instagram for, and I know, and I'm cutting my list, but you've been on Instagram now for a little bit. It's weird, man. Hashtag Instagram poker is a weird place. There are people I've never heard of in my entire life with these like massive followings. And I don't, it's like a foreign element to me, Doug. You've been on the streets now for a little bit of time. You've accrued a nice following on there. What's like your take on this whole world of Instagram, man? It's a strange place. I
started Instagram on, I believe here, and I could be wrong, May 5th, 2016. So I've been on Instagram for, it was May 6th actually. So I've been on Instagram for almost exactly a year. And, you know, I was never a big social media guy. I actually didn't even have Twitter until 2013. People like always would say like, you should be on Twitter and like, you know, whatever. And I was like, who cares? Like, I want to play poker. I really don't care like what, like, you know, people were saying on the internet. But eventually I got Twitter. And then, you know, obviously when you start making videos and stuff, you kind of got to be in the space. You got to be like seeing what's going on. So, and I've told Joey, by the way, guys, I've told Joey for at least the last year, probably just the last year, you need to be on Instagram. I don't know, like you're punting by not being on Instagram. Like you'd be great on Instagram. You got lots of great content. Like you take amazing pictures all the time. You're a funny dude. You should be on Instagram. And yeah, your Instagram's going well out of the gate. But yeah, the thing about Instagram poker, it's weird, man. Because for starters, there are a bunch of people that, I mean, you know, I guess I'm just gonna say are just like faking like who they are. I mean, obviously that's been going on Instagram probably since the get-go. But you know, people that are like just posting like, you know, money or stacks that are clearly not theirs to try and make it seem like they have money or stacks or whatever. Or sometimes people will just post 15 consecutive posts attacking like Joey. Or sometimes, you know, there's
Shout out to the stalkers, man. Listen, man, we all got stalkers. Shout out to the stalkers, baby. Listen, guys, don't kill me in this area of words. Just come up to me, man. You want to have sex with me? Just ask me. I'll say no or I'll say yes, but just don't try to murder me out there, please. My God.
Yeah, there are people that would. So anyway, I guess I would just say this: like, I don't spend too much time on the platform. I'm more kind of committed to just like putting out some good stuff on the platform. But yeah, it's weird sometimes, like what things people like. People love chips. They love whole cards. They love money related things.
They love naked women. Dude, I never seen it. I didn't know and I heard about this. I didn't know it. Doug. There's all these naked women on Instagram. That's all they post, naked photos of themselves, half naked. That's it. I don't get it. It's a weird. I'm getting old. I must be getting old because I don't get this. It's a weird place.
You must be getting old if you didn't realize naked women were popular.
Yeah, I didn't understand this extreme. Like, it's all they do. They just post I don't know, man. It's like I said, it's Mars. There's these people on Instagram, and it's a whole new. I'm trying to learn more about it. I'm a month in. It's like kind of taken over my brain a little bit. Just this whole Instagram thing. It's kind of fun. I enjoy it a little bit. It's a fun place to be. So
yeah,
it's a fun place.
It's fun. I mean, there's a reason why it's like growing so much. It's like basically in volume, the fastest growing social media platform. The amount of users they get is just nuts. It's like a pleasant environment. Yeah, it's a great platform. I mean, Facebook like just straight stole Instagram when they bought it for $1 billion.
Let's move on topic. In the chat. I don't know if it's the actual person, but I want to move on to the next topic. So you played on Poker Night in America recently. There was a big incident that happened on there. I'm not talking about you making a terrible shove with a set on the river in pocket kings and the guy obviously had aces. Come on. Shout out to
terrible.
Come on. I'm not talking about you making this.
I hope you guys can forgive me for that.
How do you not know he's got aces? What do you think he's Cole 4-betting you there with, kid?
I don't know. I thought he had an ace.
You think he's that? What do you think he's Cole 4-betting calling out of position there with? What do you think? Really? You don't think you got the king? You block ace? I'm kidding, man. I don't. I saw 3 diamonds. I didn't know what was happening there, man. I didn't know. So, but I want to talk about that. Go back a little bit because now, did you go pop bottles and fuck bottles at any point in time that day, or was that
I want to be very clear what was happening with that expression.
Okay.
So. Hash Brown kept saying pop bottles, and he's popping bottles and fucking models.
Okay.
And then I pointed at his girlfriend and I was like, she's right here. Or like someone else pointed at her and she's like, she's right here. And then he just like laughed. And then I started saying popping bottles, fucking model.
Yeah.
No S. Okay. Oh. So I never got into the whole plural. Like I was just trolling because his model girlfriend was there behind him.
Shout out to her.
Yes, shout out to her.
What do you think about that whole incident? Because I've heard some people say, maybe Doug should have said something. That's his like place in poker to step up there and maybe stop this talk going on. And I've seen some things like that. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that?
I mean, look, like, yeah, I saw some people that said some things like that. Like, I am shocked and offended that Doug laughed at some of those jokes. It's like, guys. For starters, it's not my show, okay? So I'm not deciding who plays or doesn't play. And then, yes, if funny stuff is happening at the table and someone's trying to sell both their watches, I'm going to laugh.
Whoa, hey!
I am.
I said that too. He got mad at me. That's why some of these things he got mad. I said sell. He was trying to barter, Doug. He was trying to put up for collateral. Do you not know the fucking difference between collateral and selling? This is what he said to me.
Different subject. It
wasn't trying to sell. He's trying to put up for collateral for a wire he had coming in.
My point is this: like, I really like to try and find like the good things in life, the humor in life. You only live once, as far as we know. So whenever I do something, I really just try to have fun with it and enjoy it. Because I appreciate the fact I get to do something I love. And sometimes you can find things that are funny. So yeah, if people joke around or whatever, even at my expense, I'm fine with it. Was what he did acceptable? No, clearly not. But there were still some pretty solidly funny moments through the whole exchange.
You ever seen something like that? You got a poker table and someone's trying to put up collateral for a wire they got coming in. I never seen that.
I can say very specifically, I have never seen that happen in my life except on that show.
Really? You ever been out to dinner and been unable to pay for dinner because you were waiting on a wire to come in? Because I posted that question on Twitter the other day. There was one time I may have been, it happened to me one time. I just got to be honest, it happened to me one time. But you know what? I said to my friend, I said, hey, Bill, can you help me out here? They said, sure, I got you, Joey. But does that ever happen to you? You've been in a situation like that before?
Do you think that there's actually a wire coming? No, I can't say that that's ever happened to me.
No.
You know what? I can say happened to me. One time I was in Macau with fees, and I think both of our credit cards or just my credit card. For some reason, we couldn't use credit cards anymore because a place that we used them before shut them down. So we were in Macau and had like $100 US. Like just that was it. That was all we had left to the fortune. And I remember very specifically, it was back when Zero Human Zero was in the streets. And I remember playing him online. And I think I had my best or second best day ever online at the time. I think I won like 130K. And then afterwards, I met up with fees. And we had to like ration out our money to decide like where we could afford to eat at. And I was just like, this is some real busto shit right here. We gotta like figure out. At one point we debated going to play some like lowest possible stakes to see if like we could double it up and like get a nice meal or something.
Oh man, I guess you sort of know the position that was, he was in. So he's in that position. And I said, I've never seen something like that. I never seen someone have 9 credit cards. They all get in decline allegedly, according to what the video. But now he's famous, man. He's on World Star Hip Hop. It made it a big on Reddit. No, I think he got his wish, man. He wanted to be worldwide famous, the most popular poker player in the world. And it looks like he's been able to achieve that.
You know what? I actually think that the story is getting kind of sad. I decided somewhere around a week ago I was going to stop, saying stuff on social or YouTube or whatever, because it's honestly getting kind of pathetic. I am worried that the guy has some kind of mental disorder. And, he was doing some stuff like taking pictures of guns and like tagging me and saying just in case. And I think it's kind of time to just kind of let it go. If he wants to continue to do what he's doing, then that's his own prerogative. But I don't really want to support it or promote it.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that too. That's kind of, I don't know what you tell the guy, man. You know what I mean? I want him to do well in life. I want everybody to do well in life, man. But I never seen anything like this before. I never seen someone act like that. I never seen someone do things like
Joe,
that.
You have straight beef with this guy. You are straight beefing.
I got no beef with the guy.
Okay, audience. I want you. Hold on.
You ask me some questions. Go ahead.
No, let me just talk to the audience here for a second.
Give it to me.
Joey has beef with this guy, but he's talking about the beef in a way where he's asking the questions. So like,
I got no beef with the guy. What do I got? I want him to be a happy guy, be him successful.
So when Joey says, have you ever been out for dinner and needed a wire to eat dinner? He's not asking you that. He's telling you that Hash Brown did that. And
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
It's a serious question. I've been out to dinner once. I needed a wire one time. I'm telling you, it happened. I was waiting on a wire from Pokerstars.
I'm onto your tricks, man.
I was seriously waiting for a wire from Pokerstars.
All right.
Listen, I got no beef. Listen, you make 15 posts about me. I got no beef with that. He put me onto an Insta. I didn't even know. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Joey. Who do you have the most beef with in the poker world? Because we all know like my well chronicled events here. Who do you have the most beef with
in poker?
Yeah, in poker.
I don't know. No one comes to mind, honestly.
Not even one person comes to mind.
I can't think of one person. Who would you think it is? Who do you think I have the most beef with? I don't have any beef with anybody.
I don't know, man. I think it's clearly Hash Brown, but we
He's
can
not even in poker. What are you talking? I mean, come on, man. I'm not considering him in poker, man. Come on, man. Let's hope Solomon gets his help, man.
What's the chat thing? What do you guys think? Does Joey have
Solomon gets help? I'm being honest, man. I hope he finds himself, man. I hope he finds God. I hope he finds wisdom, finds poker success, finds life success. I hope he does well, honestly, man.
I'm sure Choice Center will help him out.
You got to read books, man. Books say don't wish ill intent on anybody, man. Don't hold grudges. Don't hold these things in, man. Whatever, man. I hope goes well, man. Honestly, I do.
All right.
Yeah, I do.
It's fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, let's change gears. You know what, Joey? Let's talk about something positive in the world, because
What's going on positive?
We came out here. We came out here and we talked about all of just like, the
people love it, man.
The whatever. Let's talk about something positive.
What you got positive going on, big guy? What you got?
All right. So I'm streaming for Scoop. I said that before. I'm gonna be playing a few of the high roller events. I'm not gonna be doing like all the cash games and stuff. Last Scoop was my first Scoop that I streamed for, and I went hard. I was like, every day we're streaming, we're throwing down, man. I did like 12-hour streams every day, and I was so pumped. And then you realize like it is grueling. It's grueling. And then if you do that, like your day is shot. You can't do anything else that day. You're exhausted. You run down. You don't want to eat healthy. Yeah, you don't run you don't have like a 15-hour stream or a 10-hour stream or even a 6-hour stream. And then afterwards, you're like, man, I could really go for some fucking grilled chicken and broccoli right now. No, you don't want that. You want a fucking stiff drink and something unhealthy.
Good sex. That's what you want.
And some good sex. That's right, Joey. That's right. So I'm going a little lighter and going a little more cash game focused on this schedule. Other than that, Upswing is releasing a tournament course that I've been working with Pratush Badiga. Been getting the vids ready for that. Pratush? Oh, PLP. Sorry.
Oh, you're working on a tournament course with PLP.
I forgot where I was.
I didn't know the name you said. Oh, you're talking about PLP, Poker Lovin' Pratt, aka Pratush Badiga. You guys are putting out so now, Doug, I heard something I got to ask about. I heard something, man.
Okay.
I heard something in the streets. Okay. I heard something about this course. I heard some people making, I don't know, something about another company. I don't know. Is there some sort of beef going on with this course and other people getting mad about this course or something like that? I heard about this. It's just floating around the streets. I got to ask about it.
So we decided to call this course the Tournament Masterclass, and we released it. And then other people were like, oh, this name is already taken. Oh. And we said, by who? And apparently there is a training site called Raise Your Edge, I think. Okay. I had never heard of them before. I'm not trying to bang. Yeah, I'm not trying to bang. I think it's reasonable to have not heard of them before.
Well, now they have. Now people have.
It's run by the guy that won the 100K W Cube last year, Ben CB. And they already had a course named Tournament Masterclass, but I mean, I really don't know what to say. It's not like that name is taken and can't be used for anything. It's like a pretty general name. It's not like super specific. And we already had all of our marketing and stuff set up to be called for that. So kind of is what it is.
Oh, so that's it. So that's what the dispute is about, or something like that. Whatever it is that they're upset about.
I think the dispute is did we copy their name or something, which we absolutely did not. We made it up, and it turned out someone else had the name. Look, we can't cross-check every training site ever, make a big list, write all their prog names down, cross-reference, and make sure that no one picked it before. We gotta pick names, man. We're rolling out courses, and we want to pick good names for them. If we pick a name and someone else has it, I don't really know what to say. That's just the way that it is.
So I knew this was inevitable, Doug. You're going down full tournament player, huh? This is what it's come to, kid. You're going down full tournament player route.
What does that mean?
I don't want to define it because I'm scared the answers. Yes, my friend. I've always known you as a cash game guy, Doug. My cash game friend, Doug. Doug, that's my cash game friend, Doug. And now it's multi-table tournament tip of the day. It's a tournament course. You're playing tournaments on no more cash games tournaments on Twitch.
Were you listening? Were you listening to me when I said what I was talking earlier, or were you just waiting to talk? Because I said I'm mainly streaming cash games.
I heard you say you didn't want to stream long hours of cash games.
Of tournaments. Did I say cash?
Okay. Listen, I had something in my mind. I saw that the 3 things you're selling. Thank God. Oh, man, I'm so happy right now. Sorry, man. I saw this tournament stuff happening with you lately. I've been getting scared. I'm fielding questions. People are saying, what's going on here, man? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know this guy anymore. He's playing tournaments now. He's multi-table tournament of the day.
No. We're going to play, Joey, we're going to play the 3 highest stakes tournaments that they have.
Okay.
And then we might play 1 or 2 other ones.
Thank God.
And then we're going to play cash games. I'll always be your cash games friend.
Thank you. Please, are you going to keep playing the great game Polk Omaha though? Because I don't want you to lose $500,000 more there. It's been known to hunt down the biggest of men. The great game, man. It's a brutal game.
I'm unlikely, but I always like to dip my toes in the water.
Oh my God, man! Come on, you got to play the highest. You could just play the lower one. You don't got. I mean, if you're, I don't know, man.
Joey, I'm too far in my poker career to play 1-2 PLO. I'm too far.
Yeah. I know something positive we can talk about. You talked about Bitcoin prices going up, and because Bitcoin's doing well, other things are doing well. Let's talk about maybe a new automobile purchase in your near future, man. I'd like to hear more about that.
Yeah, so I'm looking at getting a Lamborghini. Although I got some bad news from a dealership yesterday. Actually, I think I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. A few years ago, I think it was like 2-3 years ago, I was debating getting a Lamborghini. And I went to the dealership, and I went to the guy at the front, and I asked if they had any Gallardos, right? Because I wanted the Busto Lamborghini. I couldn't afford the real one. So I asked if they had any Gallardos, and the guy was like, yeah, why? And I was like, oh, I'm interested in purchasing one. And he just straight laughed at me. And I was like, oh, this guy thinks I'm too broke to buy a Lamborghini. And I was like, what's so funny? He's like, oh, dude, you're never going to fit in a Lamborghini. And I was like, what? And he's like, here. And he just gave me the keys. He's like, it's out front. And so I was like, all right. So I go out front. I open the door, and I try to sit in there. And, man, I'm just straight up. I just didn't fit. Just straight up didn't fit in the car. So I had to shamefully go back in there, give him the key, and be like, all right, I'm not buying a Lamborghini today. And he said, look, but the Aventador you would fit in, my friend. And I was like, that is a $500,000 car. I'm not going to be fitting into it. So he said that what I could hope for was Lamborghini got rid of the Gallardo, and they added in the Hurricane. It's the new Gallardo. They always have like a Busto tier Lambo and like a real baller Lambo. So like I was like, all right, well, once they have the convertible Hurricane, I'm going to get this car. And the first year they rolled it out, only coupe. And then last year they rolled out a convertible. So I've been kind of waiting, biding my time, and I'm getting ready to get one. And I called a dealership yesterday, or they called me back or whatever. And, I told him like my dimensions, we'll call them. And he's like, that's going to be a tight fit. So now I'm going to have to go back, and so help me fucking God, Joey. So help me God if I can't fit in this, because I've been waiting for this goddamn car for years. I might have to just give up on my dream. I might have to go ahead and get I don't even want to have to think about it.
I mean, maybe you could go beast more high stakes and afford the non-Busto one.
Oh yeah, I could do that, I guess.
It's an idea. I mean, why don't you just buy the other one? Why don't you buy buy the more expensive one?
I don't know, man. Sinking that much money into a depreciating asset just seems like, I don't know.
Doesn't that Ty Lopez guy, he's got Lamborghinis, right? Why don't you go buy one of that guy's Lamborghinis? He's on YouTube. You guys talk about it.
He fits in them. I'm too big.
Struggle's real, my friend. So what happens when you're a tall guy?
I don't know if it was only the height, but the height played a role. The height played a role.
Well, I guess that's not very positive, man. What about Kevin Hart joining Pokerstars? That's a pretty positive thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's great. I think it's good to. I was a little surprised that they canned the soccer guys, but it's a great addition to take on mainstream people and add them into poker. That way, more noobs get in there. I like that a lot. That was a very positive thing, which is nice. It's nice to see some positive things coming out from the old Pokerstars.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Pokerstars, man. By the way, I think I might be. No, I can't say that publicly on air. I was going to make a comment that only one other person watching this would ever understand. But yeah, so what do you think the overall impact is, Kevin Hart joining Pokerstars? Obviously, he's got a big social media following. He's legitimately famous, very famous in America. I think in terms of people maybe wanting to explore poker because of that in America, I mean, I don't know. You got Dan Bilzerian, you got Kevin Hart. Who doesn't want to play poker now if you see those two guys as big poker players?
I think that someone in the chat said this too. But basically, it's a weird move to take on somebody that's very American-based, like Kevin Hart. And I mean, he's so famous. He has a big international following for sure as well. Compared to someone like, Ronaldo or Neymar Jr., where they had like what at least seems to me to be like the new demographic that the companies are really going after. It's kind of a weird move in that regard. I mean, I assume that they got rid of Dwayne Wade as well. I'm not entirely sure, but that was
renowned poker player Dwayne Wade, of course, yeah. But I think Kevin Hart actually plays poker. He's out there grinding. He's playing this 100K. He's probably going to play the 300 super high rollerball K, I would imagine. Maybe. I mean, I actually don't know. I might just be literally making that up. But he actually is out here playing poker. So he is participating. He's been known to play very much in the private cash games. He may or may not enjoy the great game of Omaha too. So, I mean, I think that's the big difference between him and between these soccer players who they don't obviously they don't play poker. I mean, we saw him play that little advertisement. They're not poker players. We're Kevin Hart, poker player.
I don't really know enough to say anything. Like, this is like I don't know enough about Kevin Hart. Like, my full knowledge is that he signed with Stars and has played a few tournaments. Does that make you a poker player? I really don't. I mean, let's be real here. It doesn't. You're trolling me. I just realized you had a good run there.
I'm not trolling. You had a really good run. He plays poker though.
I was thinking to myself, I was like, damn, I can't believe Joey thinks he's a real poker player. Is he a real poker player? And then I'm finishing I'm talking here. I'm talking over here. And then I said, let me think about this. Is he a real poker player or not? And I was kind of debating it amongst myself. And I look over at you and you're smiling. And I'm like, oh, I see what's going on here.
I mean, he kind of does play poker, though. He plays poker. He's something, right? This is what it's come to, Doug. This is what poker's come to right now in 2017. We got to talk about these drama things. We talk about Kevin Hart signed for Pokerstars, good for poker. I mean, what else do we got right now, man? What else do we really got?
Let's see. What else does poker have right now?
That's what I'm like.
No, okay, all right. Okay, so for starters, there have been a lot of good live events like that started to come up. I mean, this event in Montreal was big, really good value. I didn't go, but a lot of people did go. The fact that we've had in the last, the Super High Roller Bowl, this is only the third one. It's not like this has like been going on for forever. This is a new thing. That's been great for poker. I think that for the high roller scene, the fact that there's like monthly 25Ks at Aria, I don't think that's good for poker in like a large sense, but at least for like the high stakes community, that's good for poker. Poker Night in America is doing great stuff. That's good for poker. They're putting poker on TV.
Casino streaming the great game. Shout out to my boy Crocodile out there, man. You seen this guy Crocodile? That's a poker player, Doug. This guy's a legend, man. He knows how to celebrate better than anybody I've ever seen in my life.
You did a little bit of clickbait. There was a little bit of real clickbait on your channel.
Well, you could debate that was a true. Which one are you talking about? The greatest poker celebration of all time?
No, I'm talking about the sick hero call one on the river.
That was a sick hero call. He called with a 9-9-5-3 with 5-3 of clubs on a king 3-4-5 board.
Didn't he fold?
No, he called. He made a hero call with 9-9-5-3. Made a river call there.
Did I miss see his hand? I swear to God, he folded his hand.
The name of the title is he made a sick call.
Yeah, and then he
made a sick fold. It's because he made a call. It's because he called.
Wow,
he made the call.
All right, I stand corrected.
Take it back. Take back the clickbait accusation you just said to me. That was an actual call. He made a soul read call, man.
I thought he threw his cards away.
I can be your hero, baby. He made the hero call, man. Enrique Iglesias came out in his mind. He made the hero call.
What was I watching?
On the pot, 127,000 euro.
I stand fully corrected. I stand fully corrected. I trolled you in the comments, and now I realize that I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. See, sometimes people are wrong, Joey, and it's okay to say I was wrong.
I agree, man. That's what happens, man. But no, the clickbait stuff, the clickbait. I don't even know what a clickbait title is, Doug. I wouldn't know how to create one if I could. That's not true. I would know how to create one, but I don't know. I can't bring my heart to do it.
There's one more thing I want to talk about. And it's one of my favorite topics, obviously. No, I'm kidding. I want to talk about a comment that was made by Daniel Negreanu that I simply just like, I looked at and I was just like, I can't believe, is this guy actually for real right now? But when Luke Schwartz put up that video, or when Pokerstars put up that video of Luke Schwartz where he's like, upswing's a scam, Doug can't beat anything, has lights sex with the lights on, all this shit, right?
But wait a sec. You don't.
Just
You're
goes
not
off.
You're having sex with lights off, or I don't know. There was a
or on or off, whatever the hell the thing is.
Okay. I don't.
Not
for my own image. I ain't me. For
whatever he wants to say. I don't know if there's lighting or not lighting.
Balance lighting. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes on, sometimes off. Sometimes
that's
like
what I do too. It's a good idea, man. Depends on how I'm feeling. I agree.
Anyway, and then he makes this comment, and I just want to pull it up because I looked at it and I was like, man, even for Daniel Negreanu, even for him, and don't get me wrong, like Negreanu can be very petty. Okay, very petty.
Here we go.
But even for Negreanu, this comment is just so petty that it just kind of shocked me. He responded to that video and then responded to someone else and said that he cares about the video. Luke is a boss and tells it like it really is. No filter. And Joey, he makes a lot of not just points and not just valid points, but extremely valid points. Upswing poker a scam. That's the video. That's the comment response. Like it just man, like Negreanu is just willing to hop on. If you're against Doug, you are a fucking friend of Negreanu. What's up, man? Oh, extremely valid point. The guy is a lunatic and calling my company a scam, and he just has to get in there because here's the thing: Negreanu is extremely mad about the fact that there's like dissent in the ranks, kind of. He's extremely mad about that.
Oh, boy.
But like,
wait. You sure you want to talk about this right now? Because we don't have to talk about this right here. It wasn't on the docket to talk about. I'll put it like that. You sure you want to talk about this right now?
I just wanted to say that because I looked at it and I was like, man, I don't know. I expected more from Negreanu, I guess. It's just like so petty. I don't know. We can move on.
Let's move on from that, man. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. Daniel out there, a good ambassador for poker, putting out videos because he's reviewing the all-star hands. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Whatever. I don't know what's happening out there, man. Look at some shout-outs, man. You give somebody a shout-out out there, Doug?
Who we got in the mix? I don't really know too many of the YouTube people. We got Lee Jam 97, classic member of the stream. Ryan Meese in the streets.
Ryan Meese, shout to Ryan
999, long-time fan of the stream.
I gotta add on to that shout out to Ryan Meese. Shout out to Ryan Meese's sister. We got Shannon. We got Ashley. We got his mom, Claire. What's up, Claire? What's up, Shannon? What's up, Ashley?
What's up? Man? We got Motherfucker. We got our girl. We got Tong Muppet.
No, I'm serious. I actually
Rastalin. Jet Poker 18. Jet Poker 18. Not 17, 18, and not 19. It is Jet Poker 18. AR Girl 11. Last hair is 8.
Where have you been hanging out at? Some shout out coaching session? What happened to you, man? My God.
I don't know.
Holy fuck. Do that again. One more time. I want to hear that again. Bring that energy. Bring that passion. Go get
We got Aliens 2. The Poker Rude Boy. Source 99. Tong Muppet up the RS92.
Okay.
Stuggots. Stuggots, by the way, not Stug-Its, Stug-Ots. There's 2 names on Twitch. Don't get confused. This boy's Ots, not Its. I got you, dog. Cheers.
Where have you been? What have you been watching? I need your history that you've been watching this past month because something's happening.
We got some bazams in the chat. J Cuervo 3825, clients Princess 92 up in the mix. Matthias Cassius, SG Brill in the mix.
All right, let me step up to the fucking plate here, Doug. Let me show you it's done. Okay. What have you been? You've been on that H3 PewDiePie grind or something like that, huh? You've been watching how traditional YouTubers out there do things, haven't you?
I'm feeling it today, man. I got my caffeine intake.
You're bringing up things. Yeah. I mean, all right. Yeah. Who we got out there, boys? Joseph Telly in the chat. What's up, papi? What's up, man? You're a towel blindside. Alex Babbitt's in the chat. GTO is a way of life. I agree. We got Vidrin out there. Vidrin servicing every single poker Twitch streamer around the world and making them upset in the process. Who else we got? Charlie Carroll out there. What's up, Charlie? Big puppy on the grind, man. You see Charlie Carroll, motherfucker's a superstar in the United Kingdom. He's on television shows. He's got the women. He's playing the high stakes. That's my guy, Charlie Carroll. Shout out to Charlie, man. I love that motherfucker. James Grimaldi out there in the chat. Tyler Coker, Troy Gunn, DJ1337, Jake Quavo, Crazy Taxi, Harasa, Mason Barrel, get that Lee Jam. Thank you. I like. Oh, I
got you. You ready?
And the Poker Live podcast. My name's Joe. talking about Luke Schwartz is all I know. I love Luke, but he don't love Doug. I got nothing. That's all I got. I don't know, man. I got nothing. That's all I got. What have you been doing? What have you been doing? Where did you get this beatbox?
You're the one drinking. You are the one drinking.
Where did you get this beat? I've never heard you beatbox in like 9. I've never heard you do that ever. I can
beatbox. I don't know. It's we learn on the Poker Life podcast.
Where did you? I don't even know where you got this from, man. My God, kid, what are you doing up in Vancouver, man? How's the trip up there in Vancouver? I saw you said you were at Cactus Club, or where'd you go? You got to go to Blue Water Cafe, by the way. That's my favorite restaurant in Vancouver.
Yeah, Blue Water's good. Let's see. What have I been up to in Vancouver? I mean, man, like, dude, you know, Joey, we used to go out a lot. You know, we used to hit the streets. We used to hit the club. I live the work hard every day and try and make something in my life now. That's what I do. I wake up, I try and get stuff done, and then I go to bed at night. So I've not been doing much, man.
So you feel like a lot of your days spent just grinding, putting in effort, putting in work. So what's kind of your goals right now, man? What's like the things that you feel like you're focusing on the most?
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna hit 100K subs on YouTube in like a month or two, depending on like how things go. I'm really excited about that. I think that, you know, man, like if you look at YouTube, I've only been on poker YouTube like 10 months, but when I started, there weren't nearly as many people. Like everyone's growing on YouTube. It's a space that's getting a lot bigger, a lot more people in the mix. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about Upswing. You know, like Upswing's only even had the lab for like a little over a year. Kind of amazing how much that has grown. So that's exciting to see. I feel like I have like a real opportunity here to become a well-known poker player or one of the most well-known poker players, and I don't want to squander that opportunity. I want to work hard to as much as I can.
Like the big question here is, do you feel like you'd want to do this because you have the opportunity to, or is this something you actually want to do? You know what I mean? You wake up, is this something that like drives you internally where you're just like, I have the opportunity here. It would almost be dumb to potentially squander that.
Well, it's a little bit of both. It's like when I look in my life of the things that I have always most enjoyed, you know, it's always been taking something and seeing how far you can go with it. I really love that. I love that so much. When I was a kid, it was chess. You know, when I was like a teenager, it was video games. And then from like 18 on, it's been poker. And so one of the most satisfying things in life, I think, is when you work hard at something for a long time and you succeed with it. I think that, you know, a lot of people can relate to that. And sometimes you fail, man. I mean, like sometimes you fail in different areas. But yeah, I just wake up. That's what I live for. I live to try and accomplish those dreams.
But do you feel like you're doing this because poker's sort of what you've been doing, what you're great at, what you're debatably, that's maybe the thing you're best at. So you feel like you have to sort of stay into it. You have to do this stuff. You have to keep after it, even if you may not want to. Maybe you want to do something else or you want to pursue something else. But, you know, so how do you feel like that? Because I know I personally sort of think like that myself.
So, you know, I was watching the pod with Fedor, and he made a comment that was like, you know, he thinks that anything that he put his mind to, like, he would have been very successful with. And I don't know. First off, I kind of don't really agree with that in general. I think like when you look at what people are successful, there's like a few different things that are really important. The first thing is the person. And like, for example, Fedor is an extremely smart guy that works hard. So I don't think there's any problem there at all. The second thing is, you know, the skill set. Do you have the skill set in that exact area to really make it work? And I think again, Fedor does in that regard here. But then the third is really timing. You know, like if you get into the wrong industry at the wrong time, it kind of doesn't matter how good you are. You're going to fail. You know, like if you start trying to stream on Twitch right now and you're not already a famous poker player, you're going to fail. It's like basically a lock. So I think that you have to be aware that in all industries, you can give it your best and you can have the right mindset and you can work hard, but it doesn't always guarantee you success.
So do you feel like, I guess it depends on how you define success, because maybe your definition of success with what you do is going to be different than someone else's out there. You know, maybe they're going to define success as maybe a little bit of people watch their videos and they make some extra money, and then, you know, that's what they find, that's what they think successful for them. But it seems like what's successful for you is to sort of just keep running it up. But, you know, kind of my question is, what happens when, I mean, there's no end to that. You know, there's no, like, you get to the high stakes and then you battle against the best player. There's no end in that. There's not like you keep going up. There's a constant battle of more and more and more and more. At what point you feel like, you know, maybe I don't know, maybe I'm okay with this and I'm going to stop necessarily going after that.
I mean, so for starters, the end is you die, which is not, bang, bang, dead people. The end is, look, like you have to try and accomplish in your life, you know, things that you want to do. And just to say something positive here about like Negreanu, like, man, he has made so much money, and yet he's still in there like, oh, I gotta, you know, make a YouTube channel. I gotta make some videos on YouTube to, like, you know, continue to, like.
Listen, I just gotta say this. I like Daniel, man. I can't, even though he's more rake, my guy, man. I still like Daniel too. So I don't want people to think I don't like Daniel, man. I like Daniel. He's fun.
I was giving him a compliment, and you cut me off to say that you like him.
I don't want people to know. I actually like him, man. We had a good time. We had some fun, man.
I was giving him a compliment.
He ain't that fun in the club, man. I mean, I've seen him in the nightclub out in LA. You know, he wasn't getting after it. So, you know, I got an issue with that. I want him to go out and actually get after it in the club, but I understand, you know.
Joey, I was giving him a compliment. Anyway, the point is, the guy grinds. The guy really loves the whole thing, right? And he wakes up every day and he grinds. I mean, you know, he doesn't grind as hard. He's getting a little bit older and obviously sitting on like a big pile of Stars Gold, but he grinds. And I respect that.
No, you ever seen him in a nightclub though?
What's up with you in the nightclub today? No, I've not seen you nightclub.
Dude, I've seen you, and then I mean, we haven't talked about your patented club move in years.
We haven't.
I mean, I know we talked about it now when you were small time guy. Now you're fucking big time Polk, the supreme leader, Douglas K. Polk. Everyone bow down to the supreme leader. Let's go back to your dance move, okay? You got your patented dance move that I've seen in action numerous times.
So,
and where did this move come from, man? I made
it up. I made it up, and it had a sick success rate. But basically, if I was like in the club and there was a girl I wanted to talk to, I would like, there'd be like a song going, I'd like dance, and then I would do like a hip bump into them and kind of like look at them like this, like while doing the hip bump in just like a really playful way. And that, like, I mean, look, when you're in the club, sometimes people are gonna just blow you out. Like, you're just gonna be like moving on. But the thing is, it actually had like a really solid success rate on like opening, as an opening move.
It's such a great move, honestly. I've used that move numerous times. Very successful move. You could argue. I mean, I don't know. Shout out to my buddy Ryan Marks.
It's not
Ryan Marks in the chat. Check out his group, Loud Pack, man. One of the they get hype in their performances, man. Check them out.
Because it's not over the top is the thing. It's like not like creepy. Like okay, so I think, like, all right, just a little like pickup lesson here for you guys.
Uh-oh.
We're not gonna get super pickup-y, but here's the thing. You like if you wanna be successful with women, you have to actually talk to them or like go approach them. And the number one most important thing is open the conversation or whatever without being creepy. Number one. If there's even like a little bit of this guy is creepy, you're toast. It's over. The whole thing is done. So you cannot be weird and creepy. You have to figure out nice, like funny-ish ways to talk to them. So like people, like in general, girls are okay with like, you know, random people coming up to talk to them if they're fun and outgoing and like, you know, seem like good people, you know, or at least not creepy people. So the bar isn't that high. You just have to do something to open it that clearly shows that, you know, you're confident and you're not creepy. And that's really that dance move opener has both of those like in spades.
Okay, so they should do the hip bump, right? So let me stand up. Let me demonstrate what he's talking about here, guys. So let's pretend this chair is a woman and she's dancing. Hey, you know what up? So you walk up. I've seen this in action. He walks up. Give him a little hip bump and smile at him like that. Is that what it is? Am I got it right? I mean, this is gonna. You gotta understand. This is valuable. This isn't a scam move. This is a real move.
It's not a scam move. I would say I would say like your body posture should be a little bit more like I don't want to get
trying to hit in the camera. I'm trying to get in the camera.
Yeah. Oh, you're trying to get. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's basically the move.
Like that.
That's basically the move. Yeah. It's simple.
And guys, that's our way to announce the Upswing Poker How to Pick Up Women course will be coming out $6.99. If you sign up with my link in the description below, you get bonus footage of me having sex, and I get to walk you through how I have sex, what I like to do to turn women on.
Is that only available for the first week?
That is going to be available for the first 2 weeks. You sign up in the link below for the Upswing Poker Pick Up Women Dating Sex course. I think who's going to be the lead instructor on that one? You're going to be doing that with someone else, right?
I believe we have co-instructors between myself and Puppy Joe Ingram.
You're right. I guess I was burying the lead there. I am actually one that's going to be doing that course too. But when you sign up with the link in the description, you get to watch me have sex for free. So, and I'll review one video of you having sex too. So that's my offer to you guys. I've studied a lot. I've been in the lab hard. You can ask any of my past, well, not some of my past lovers, but they might say some things. I don't know.
If you guys want to throw your doggers up, this is the course for you.
Is there a bonus homosexual model? Listen, man, we'll bring a guy in. We know some guy. I got some friends. We'll bring some guys in there, man. Yeah, I don't know, Doug. I mean, I feel like Upswing Poker's got all the courses now these days. What's your goal, to put out a course for everything or what?
Well, we're planning on releasing courses in each game type. So, we're just going through them one at a time, trying to make sure that they're done correctly, make sure each one's good. We don't want to just launch like a bunch of things at once. So we've got some plans. We got some plans for some other game types as well. But no, we're not planning on getting into the dating courses yet.
I gotta be honest.
If the market's there.
When I think about what I know best, right? Okay, so I know poker, pop in Omaha, but I really want to talk more about dating, meeting women, picking up women, because that's what my passion is, Doug. My passion's meeting women. I've realized that I don't want to fight anymore. I thought my passion was the great game of Pot Limit Omaha, but I think picking up women might be up there. I might just be next to it, man. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. There's something wrong with me, Doug.
You know what it was? You know what it was? Instagram.
How do you know?
You were on the Instagram. You were looking at all the half-naked ladies, women, girls, and you were like, I know my dream.
I think it was Miami. When I went down to Miami.
That's what really finally got you on Instagram. It wasn't me like, yo, you should probably do Instagram. You were like, there are chicks on here.
No. I mean, I don't even, I'm not even into that kind of stuff, man. I'm old. I'm too old, man. I don't want to, I'm not trying to fly in these random girls to my place. I know LaForte was on this 3 years ago. LaForte used to say, you got to go on Instagram, Joey. 3 years ago, I said no to LaForte. I don't want to. He's been on the whole time, man. I just talked to LaForte last night. He's in Miami. Shout out to LaForte down there, man. Let's get some questions from the chat, man. Who we got out there? Some questions from the chat for Douglas here. So what plan coming up here? You're going to be streaming cash games? You're going to be putting out YouTube content? Are you looking for some new ideas or what? Like, where are you at with the YouTube content right now?
So, I have some plans for some things I wanted to do, but I always like to reach out to some of the people that follow me and ask them, what their thoughts are. And I'm going to be honest with you, like most of them are just terrible. Most of the ideas are really just terrible. But then sometimes there's some diamonds in the rough and you're like, oh, that's actually not a bad idea. So yeah, I put out a question on a couple platforms asking people what they thought.
Any ideas for maybe some videos you're going to make, or you don't want to give them away? You scared Jay Nandez is going to make some cool intro for the videos and then take them, or what?
No, I'm not at all. I definitely want to continue to try and do some things that could be clickable to people outside poker. So I already did like Twitch streamer loses 102K or whatever. I'll probably do one like dude wins 400K gambling or something like that. I don't know, one for my W Coop. Other than that, there were some reasonable suggestions on like doing something about like a video on like World Series of Poker prop bets. That could be a good video, or how to prepare for the World Series could be okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take a look at them, consider some ideas, and obviously, look, like we're always gonna have some poker hands, some poker news, or whatever the hell we're gonna call it. But yeah, I'm always down for a good idea. Like if people have ideas, you can tweet at me at Doug Polk Poker, and I read them. I read the tweets.
Maybe you should do a video where you are you, but then you are also Luke Shorts, and you play heads up against Luke in the video, but you're both people.
I got a good question here from Michael Yeager. Doug, you mocked Trooper in your last vlog. You like him or love him? Wait, you like him or love? I've only watched a couple Trooper vlogs. He's a funny dude. So I just like wanted to give him kind of like a shout out with like, you know, a little bit of a joke.
Who?
The Trooper, 97.
Who's that? What does he play?
Do you not know who the Trooper is?
What does he play?
He plays Live 1-2.
I don't know what that is. What does he do? What are you talking about? What does he do?
He does vlogs on YouTube.
Oh, vlogs. Oh, Troop. Yeah. I never seen him. I heard about this guy before. Yeah, Trooper. Okay. So what'd you do?
Oh, in one of my recent videos, I was like, "What up? It's the Rider." But like that's like Trooper's intro. He says, "What up? It's the Trooper." And like I just wanted to make a joke because I knew some people would get it. Yeah.
I gotta watch.
Michael Yeager, by the way, in the chat here, is a winner of the Rake It promotion.
Congratulations, Michael. Nice work.
Rake It winner here.
Nice work. Someone in the chat says, okay, and I gotta address this comment. Someone in the chat says this dude has more subs than you, Joey. Now I want to talk to you guys about this whole thing because people seem like, oh, if someone has more subs or more views, listen, man, there's more to fucking life than views or subscribers. I mean, for fuck's sakes, man, you don't judge and measure the success of your life or the status of your life by how many fucking views or how many subscribers you have, man.
Sounds like you have less subscribers.
That is one of the most noob and donk ways to ever fucking judge the metric of success in your life. I got more views. I gotta get more views. Listen, if I wanted to get views, I wouldn't be having Doug on the fucking podcast. I'd be having a fucking rapper on the pod. I'd be doing a rap podcast or something like that.
I'm out.
With poker, man. Come on. You think I'd be having Doug on the Come on. I'd be having fucking NBA players on the podcast, man. I would be having fucking my dog and all my friends on here. Jane Andez. Come on, man.
Because you have so many NBA players lining up.
You want to make a bet? I bet I get 3 NBA players next year coming on the podcast. I'm like a bet right now.
How fringe can they be to count? Have played in the NBA? Currently
in the NBA currently.
Currently in the NBA. Are they a starter? NBA, no.
Right. Listen, currently in the NBA right now. 3 of them. 1 year.
Here's the thing. It's if they can ride the bench, it's just like
bang bang.
The bang bangs, man, are like.
Listen, I'm kidding. First of all, I would always have Doug on I'll have Doug on forever, man. I love having Doug on. He's one of my favorite people in the world to talk to. Okay, I'll have Doug on no matter what, man. I don't care what anybody says.
What do you mean when anybody says?
I care anybody. You never know.
No one's saying don't have me on the podcast.
You never know. People.
No one is saying that.
They might ask me. You never know. They could ask me that. They're like, Joey, you can't have him on, or I'm gonna kill you. Ooh. What do I do then?
Well, don't die for me. You don't have to die for me, man. I would understand.
I lie for you. I'm sorry, man. I'm getting singing, man. I'm getting fired up right now. But yeah, NBA player. You want to make the bet? Let's make the prep bet right now. 3 NBA players 1 year.
Okay, 3 people. So for the teams that
in the NBA, there's an NBA 3 players who are currently.
I want to change that to 3 players currently in the NBA at the time of the pod, because I absolutely think that people could retire and then have been currently here now, and then they have more time.
Okay, how about there's that, and then also if I get a legitimately very famous retired NBA player who everybody knows, that counts too.
That counts too for sure.
Okay.
All right, I'll bet you. What do you want to bet?
I know. What do you want to bet?
Do you know a bunch of secret NBA players?
I have no idea.
Ooh. Chat, what do you think? How much should we bet?
I'll bet something.
I'll bet you a couple K. Let's go 2,000.
2,000?
Yeah.
Sure. 2,000, that's fine.
All right. So famous ex-NBA player or
currently at the time of the podcast on an NBA team. What if they're a free agent who was on a team last year? It's most likely going to get signed. If they have to be on a team. They have to be roster of 15 people. They're on the roster. But if they're a free agent and they get signed, that counts too.
If they get signed.
Right. If they get signed. Yeah. Okay. 3 NBA players. That's fine.
3. All right. For 2K, I'm in for whatever. Like I'm rooting for you. I'd love to see 3 NBA players on the pod.
Okay. I gotta admit, Doug, before we get going any farther, I've been having a plot. I had a plan for how I was gonna do this, so I already know what my strategy is.
Ooh.
I'm getting all the white people on.
All the white people.
All the white players, yeah.
So like
His Deller brothers. You got the Deller brothers. There's so many guys out there. There's a lot of white players in the NBA, man. I'm gonna get them on the podcast.
All right. I mean, I'll watch the pods.
Perfect, man. I'm excited.
Although if you have them on, I might have a bank wire that doesn't go through.
Are you sure?
Dude, I'm waiting on the wire.
Where are you sending the wire from? Are you sending the wire from Canada or something like that, or what?
I don't know. It's my friend. Okay. It's a wire. It's on PayPal.
Okay. Actually, I do know one person NBA technically, but all right, let's go back up and find some of these questions people asked in the chat. I love making prop bets on the chat, man. You know, I have a very good track record for making prop bets on the pod, by the way. Actually, there's no more. The questions all went away, so I need some more questions here. So plan is coming up here. Cash games. Do you have a specific schedule? You're going to be on Twitch, or what's that? What's the specific schedule?
So I'm going to mainly stream on Twitch. I'm going to do one stream right here on YouTube. My first stream is going to be noon on Sunday on Twitch. So if you guys want to check it out, dougpolk.tv, check it out. So I'm streaming the 25K 8 max on YouTube, and then everything else will be over on Twitch.
Cool. I like that, man. So
I'm also, by the way, guys, I'm also selling some pieces for those tournaments if you want to sweat.
You're selling pieces now. What?
Yeah. Bro, I've lost too much money. That 100K last year, it really sent me back, you know? So, look, if you guys want to make a donate or investment, I'm just kidding.
This is what it's come to, man. So they can invest in it. They get to sweat too. They get to watch it. Yeah. They get to have some money invested in it.
Exactly. I mean, if we don't even sell the action, I would just play with 100% of myself. I'm doing it because I want the fans to have a chance to have a piece of me if they want. So totally up to you guys. You want to invest in me, you're welcome to. It's on State Kings. But
what's the markup?
Yeah, it's auction. So whatever people want to pay.
Oh my God, man, that's crazy. Okay, so that's going down. That's official. All right. So then you're streaming on Twitch. You got the tournaments, got the cash games. The YouTube kind of consistency, the same sort of schedule you're putting out there too.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit. I'm going to be a little bit more lax on YouTube this month because streaming and like uploading stuff. So. I prefer to be really aggro on YouTube, but you have to, if you're going to stream, that takes time. Mm-hmm. And I also really wanted to put some extra effort into the lab this month to make it like extremely good. So, I mean, basically like this month in the lab, FeeZ is doing a module on database review. But I also felt like with like tournaments coming up that people really wanted some tournament content. So we're releasing like an extra module on the house because I love that you guys in the lab where I'm going to like teach some tournament stuff. So I got to take care of that. Got to take care of streaming. And yeah, so we're going to be a little bit late on YouTube, but that's all right, man. I mean, I can still do 3 or 4 or 5 videos a week and call it good. You know how much I love to put a video out every day, though.
I mean, listen. You know what? So I did the video thing, right? So I put out a video every day for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I don't know, man. It's like kind of I didn't necessarily enjoy it, man. I feel like you're not necessarily making videos you want to make. You're sort of making videos for other people. Like I like to make a video sometimes, Doug, and I just want to talk about a turn spot on the Great Game for 45 fucking minutes. But then you got people crying. They think they're like entitled to something because they fucking watch. I mean, it's like
yeah.
These people complain so much about stuff, man. I don't know. I just like I'm not even interested in getting involved in that, man.
Well, I mean, you have to decide what your goals are. Like, I still make some videos from time to time that I like to make. You know what? You want a travesty to me, Joey? You know what's a travesty on my YouTube
What's an
channel?
atrocity to you, Poppy?
My favorite video I have ever made has like 40K views. And it is my favorite video by so much.
Was it Table Talk? It had to have been Table Talk, wasn't it?
It was not Table Talk.
When are we bringing back Table Talk? How do we not bring it back one up? We got to get people.
It was so much work. It was so much work.
I know. Come on, we just got to read a couple things, man. What if it's like a quarterly?
It was not. It was not. We had to read a couple things. We had to set up an overlay. We had to make little descriptions. We had to figure out times. We had to look at the news. We had some slow news cycles.
Remember that Asian? News? Poker regulation or something?
We did 3, and I have to say, on the 3rd one, I was looking at our news lineup, and I was like, "This isn't going to work."
Yeah,
it was just we were just picking stories just to pick stories.
Remember
so
that
what's up, guys? How about that Asian poker tour? That's Alibaba. What do you think about that, Doug?
When I bought that William Kassouf stock.
What's up?
The William Kassouf stock. Remember, you sold. You sold William Kassouf stock. I bought it all up.
Sell looks good. Sell looks really good.
It's struggling right now. It is. It really is.
See that? Did you see that heads up match with Stacy? Oh God, what's her name? Madsen.
You got to be honest, Doug. Didn't watch that one.
Yeah, I didn't either. But I mean, apparently they played like a best of 3, like small stake sit and goes.
How'd that go?
And they also put up really cringy videos on Instagram.
I saw those. Those were good.
The first one was like Stacey like, "Hey, Willie K, so you think you can talk bad about me because of your bluff on TV? Well, I challenge you to a heads up match." And then William Kasub comes on in his Instagram. He's like, "All right, Stacey, I saw your video, and I will play you in a heads up sit and go." And I was just like, God, guys, this is so cringy. If you're gonna make something fake, at least make it look real, like the Luke thing, you know?
So now you know what people.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I can't help myself.
You know, people thinking this about your video sometimes. They probably think it's cringy too, though.
I mean, look, man, there's a big difference between. Okay, you know what I would never do, and there's a lot of people that.
Wait, let me guess. You would never do.
Okay.
Put out a sex tape.
Well, that's on the list, but
okay.
That wasn't what I was going to say. But thank you.
Okay.
You interrupted me with some very pertinent information that I think the good viewers here of Twitch and YouTube need to know. But anyway,
I'm fired. I had a question.
Anyway,
fired up, man. I don't know.
What I will never do. I will never manufacture drama with other people for views. I will not do that. I will have like drama with people, but it's not going to be fake. Like, okay, you say this, and then I say that, and then they're going to be like, "Oh, but what does Doug have this?" No, we're not. I'm never doing that. It's so unbelievably fucking lame. It's so unbelievably lame to have like a corporate sponsor like drama between two people. I'm sorry. It like the thought is just cringy to me.
Okay, well that puts that to rest. I mean, sometimes people think the drama you have might be manufactured, but it's not. It's all real. It's all true.
Well, I mean, the drama, I mean, things that are said are not true sometimes, obviously, but yes, the drama between me and people, if you want to call it, I mean, like in general, man, I don't, all these people that I've quote, like had drama with, like most of them, I like the people. The most insane one to me was the Mercier one, because I didn't even say anything bad about Mercier. And then he just like attacked me on Twitter because I had him labeled as a bad reg. I'm sorry. I had you labeled as a bad reg because I thought you were a bad reg, but it wasn't like I was like went on publicly and was just like, "Oh, this guy's." No, it was just what it was. Like it was the label, and then that just totally blew out of proportion relative to what happened. I like Jason. He's a nice guy. I have no problem with Jason.
You sound like, this is how I sound, isn't it? I like Jason too. He's a nice guy. I like him too, man. This is how now people know. Now I understand what people mean when they say I sound like that. It makes more sense.
I also think Negron is a good guy. I think that he got kind of put in a tough spot with the Stars thing, and he probably should have said some different things about, you know, Rake and stuff, or maybe apologize for what he said. But I think he's a good guy too. I think he's very petty, but I think he's a good guy. Other people that I've had, you know, beef with. I think Schwartz. I mean, Luke Schwartz is just a douchebag. I really don't. I mean, he's just out there. Let me think. Who are the people that? Who we also?
I don't know. Ben 86.
Yeah, Ben 86 is extremely I think self-absorbed and screwed me over in a deal. Is he a bad person? I don't really know him on a personal level enough to say. But definitely,
like man, come on. Why can't you and Ben make this up, man? Come on, honestly, Hart, man. If one of them can, please, man. I want to see that made up. You and Ben. I love Ben, man. Come on, come on. It could be something you two can do.
I don't know what to say, man.
Fuck, man. That's the one. That's the one I want to get fixed somehow, some way, man. Somehow, some way, please.
I really don't know what to say. I mean, it is what it is. Like, we made a deal.
Maybe I can get you. Maybe I can get some. I
got hit and run. No, we're not making deals. We're not. This isn't like.
What about that time you big time?
Let's make a deal.
What about that time you big time?
That is honestly the stupidest one. Of all of the things that have happened between me and other people, that one is just numero uno, the stupidest one. Because the whole thing went down like this. Live at the Feldman says to me, "Will you play whoever, you know, here 5100, what, you know, no limit or PLO?" And I was like, "I'll play it no limit. I'll play half and half, whatever." He says, "Okay, here's the lineup. We got 33 guys, and then the headliner is you against Lyman, 5,100. Okay. And I said, sounds great. Then a few days later, oh, by the way, part of this deal, now it's a deal, is that you have to go on Lyman's show. And I was like, all right, I can do that. I'm extremely busy. We're currently trying to launch this heads up course. And I'm coming to the bike next week, but I'll come on the show. And for those of you that don't know the show with Lyman, it's like a pod. It's not really a pod. It's like a call-in show. Like he talks, he has a cigar, he has a drink, and he rants about shit. It's basically a rant with some callers added in. So I was under the impression that meant that you call in, right? Because that's how the show is run. Apparently, that meant be there at the start because this is going to be like basically a totally different show than normal. It's going to be like you on a podcast with Lyman. I didn't know that that's what they wanted. Okay, I wasn't told that. I was told the show starts at 7, and I assumed that meant call in. At 7:15, I'm like, okay, show with Lyman, right? Let's see what's going on. And I pull it up, and he's just like attacking me on Twitch, like he thinks he can big time me, and I'm just like, whoa. And I spend the next 45 minutes trying to call in. Okay, 45 goddamn minutes. Feldman is like, please keep trying to call him. Like he felt like he's just doing this for show or whatever. Please try and call him back. I'm like, dude, I've called him 9 times. He's like, just try one more time. I call again, doesn't pick up. He's just letting it ring. Then Feldman calls Lyman and then has me on. By the way, I started my own stream like ranting about Lyman because at this point I'm like, all right, I'm not just going to get, I guess kind of big timed in a way by Lyman on his stream. And Feldman's like, all right, I'm going to conference call you in. I'm like, okay, cool. He conferences me in. Lyman kicks it off with, if you fucking think you can fucking, and just starts going off, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna do this.
I don't understand how this stuff happens. I'm
not gonna do this.
How am I friends with all these guys? But you like getting into some trouble.
I didn't do anything here. I
just
honestly,
don't understand.
This what? Okay, you know what? Like, I kind of get some of the things. Okay, I get that Luke Schwartz is mad that I said he sold his house. I get that he's mad.
You said the guy sold his fucking house, man. Come on, that's mean.
That he said he'd play 400, 800, and then he dodged me. Okay, whatever. I made some memes. I get it. I also get the Negroni thing. More rakes are better. We all know it. I understand some of these things, but the Lyman thing, I didn't even say or do anything. He just straight up was like, he thinks he can dog puke, thinks he can big time me, and I'm just like, I don't get it, man. I tried to come on your goddamn show. I don't know what you want me to say. And I honestly feel like he was looking for any excuse to not play that match because like I frankly I don't think he plays that big generally.
Bang bang.
I don't know him well, but I don't think he does. And then like it turned into look, if you're a Lyman viewer, it's a feud with Doug Polk. If you're a Doug viewer, you're like, who's Lyman? That's really where it's at right now because I don't even understand. Like, I don't even know Lyman. I don't even know him.
Yeah, makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Mikhail says, I agree. Please let Doug speak when he gets on a roll. Sorry, guys. All right, guys in the chat. I'm sorry. Email at Doug@upswingpoker.com. He'll send you the refund back for this podcast, man. Don't worry, guys. Someone said, Ruth said, it's because Doug doesn't kiss ass. Now, I want to talk about that, too, for a second, Doug. I think there's a difference between kissing ass and being nice to people. Being just like, I don't know, being like a non-confrontational, non-sort of person like that. I think there's a difference between that.
Well, I do think that, and I've always been impressed with your ability to walk the line, okay? Because, and I've said this to you one-on-one. I said, you have to have a lot of guests. You're going to have people that don't like each other. That happens all the time on this pod. Mm-hmm. And so you have to maintain, some neutrality there while also allowing people like an opportunity to say what needs to be said. So I think you do a fantastic job. I actually like, I'm really impressed with like how good of a job you do on this pod with that.
You want to know why, Doug? Go ahead. No, but sometimes.
But okay. Sometimes you do a little kissing ass. You do that sometimes.
Yeah. I'm a nice guy. Listen, man, you come on my pod, I'm gonna be nice to you. I can't help it, man. I don't know. I don't know. Nice person, man. I'm just nice. In general, in real life, I'm nice to people too. I'm not trying to bring people down, man. I've seen what my comments can do, Doug. I've hurt people's feelings. I don't want to do that, man. That's not the kind of person I want to be in my life.
You are a very, this is rare for poker players, by the way. but you are very like in tune with like how things come across. That I think is certainly true.
I don't know, man. Listen, y'all playing checkers, I'm playing chess, man. What can I say, man? I don't know. We out here, we're having a good time, man. Doing a podcast, getting some stories, getting to know people, getting to know things. I enjoy it, man. I have a good time out here. Man. Lucas says, I don't think Joey's a kiss. That's always just positive. I try to be positive, man. You know, I don't know, man. Positive. I don't know. I try to bring the positivity to things. Try to bring the energy to things. Not trying to bring anybody down, man. Trying to say something mean about someone like that and make them feel bad and make them want to cry in a corner, something like that. Man, I made a girl cry one time, Doug, 5th grade. Called her fat. I'll be honest with you, Doug. Called her fat. She started crying. Talked to her 7 years later. She told me about this moment. It's like, man, you made me cry back in the day. I went home every day crying, man. Made me feel terrible about myself. I felt bad, Doug. I felt bad about that, man. Ever since that day.
Big girl grind.
Ever since that day, I've been on the big girl grind. I support the big girls. At 160 or above, I show you love. 160 below, gotta go. You ain't a big girl, you gotta go, man. That was a turning point in my life when I decided the big girl grind was the grind for me, man. What else we got here on the docket? Let's see. We got the Lambo. We got Instagram. What's up with Instagram, Snapchat, man? You still doing Snapchat a lot? How are you differentiating Snapchat and Instagram there?
Yeah, it's tough. They're like very similar platforms. I'm kind of debating giving up Snapchat, I think. Like if you look at the platforms, like Snapchat's not really growing that much and IG is kind of blasting. But the problem for me is like I have a big enough fan base on that platform that it's kind of like it seems like kind of throwing it away to not do stuff with it. So basically Instagram is for poker tips and like more poker related stuff. Like if I'm going to play an event, I'll put like updates on Instagram. But Snapchat's more for just like whatever I'm up to, like in my personal life. I put my workout every day on there on Snap as well. If I basically it's more like casual shit on Snapchat and then like poker stuff on Instagram.
You still like Snapchat over Instagram?
No, I like Instagram way more than Snapchat. I've since Instagram launched stories, I've basically been a fan of Instagram, but I get like it's too many views. Like I get like the same size views on both. It's like kind of a waste to just not use one.
You know, last night I realized that my Instagram story on there, my ratio of men to women is 100 to 1. 100 men for every 1 woman.
On what?
On Instagram stories.
That's quite the ratio.
It's terrible, man.
We're not inviting that to the party.
I love my guys. Listen, I love y'all out there. I love y'all, man. Y'all are cool. I like my audience is all men, man. Shout out to all men, but I gotta do something to change this demographic, though. You got any suggestions for me? You're obviously a YouTube wizard. You're in the YouTube wizard streets.
Yeah, no, I myself have over 2.7% women watching my videos, so I got some good strats for that.
Yeah, we got nothing. I mean, I guess poker is just all men. It's just that's sort of what it is.
Yeah, poker is heavily dominated by men. Yeah, it's just the way it is, you know.
Yeah. Someone said, "My eyes crying." Listen, I drank this wine. I got this fucking light in my face right now. I might be tearing up a little bit, man. These subjects we've been talking about have been pretty deep and emotional subjects right now. So yeah, I certainly might be tearing up here. What's kind of the future with you on Instagram, man? You kind of just gonna keep at it on there, keep going. I like Instagram. That's the thing I'm most interested in right now because I feel like it's like a new platform for me. So I sort of really like it.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I think it's a very friendly platform. You know, it's easy to like posts and just see stuff and like whatever. I don't know. My focus is always going to be on YouTube and Upswing. You know, that's really where my main focus is. I'm going to do some stuff on Twitch. I'm going to do some stuff on socials. I just like try and keep like a nice balance of everything. It's a full-time job, man. Yeah,
it is a full-time job, man. You grind so hard.
Yeah, but I love it. I love the grind.
You're Supernova Elite of all this stuff, dude.
If they had Supernova Elite still, I would definitely be it for social media.
Did you ever get Supernova Elite officially?
No.
Shout out to me, dog. I got it right here, man. Look this out. Supernova Elite. All right, look at
dude,
that.
Dude, that was so douchey.
No,
You leaned over and asked me if I ever got Supernova Elite.
I have the card right here.
Hey, you leaned over, asked me if I got Supernova Elite.
I thought you got it.
Knowing I haven't, while grabbing your Supernova Elite card.
I thought you've made $35 million, dude. Who gives a fuck about you make $35 million. What do you care about Supernova Elite? You take solace in your graph and knowing how much money you made. Come on, man. My God, I just happened to have the card. I found it the other day. I was like, oh shit, I forgot I had this card, man. I didn't know where it was. I didn't remember you sent it to me. So come on, man.
Congrats, by the way. Congrats.
It's not my fault you couldn't get SNE, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's not my fault.
You know what, actually, so this is a funny story. Well, it's not really that funny. It's a story. In 2011, when Black Friday happened, it was the first year I was going for Supernova Elite. And I think that in a way that was like the best thing that ever happened to me, because I had to quit going for Supernova Elite and then actually focus on being a good poker player.
Right.
And that's when like things started to come together for me.
Turns out, Doug, that's when they started coming together for me too, when I stopped Supernova Elite. I never talked about that because I didn't want to put that out there, because I just wanted all the mass tablers to think the only way you could survive at poker was by mass tabling. But I mean, I think those times of mass tabling, those challenges, the challenges you did back in the day, I think those challenges prepare you for other challenges you face in poker and other things, man. I mean, because I think a lot of these things are tough. It's tough to put in that amount of volume and that amount of work.
I think that anyone that gets Supernova Elite, I definitely have a respect for, because I know how hard of a grind that was. Yeah, I think that skill set's important in life. Like sometimes you just gotta put your head down and grind. That's just part of it.
When does the grind stop for you then? Because you've been grinding, putting your head down and grinding now for a while, it seems like.
So my short term, well, here's kind of my plan, Joey. For the next like year or two, I'm planning on really focusing on upswing. I think like we're doing great things there. I'm really happy with what we're building, and it's nice that like one of the reasons why like I'm not sponsored by any poker site. I'm sure if I like went shopping, I could find someone I could work with. But like I don't have to, because I have my own business. I don't have to like sell other people's stuff. Like I have my own business that I made, when I started to do this, because I was like, I want to have my own product. So I don't have to like go get a sponsorship from a poker site. I'm not saying that would never happen. I don't want to make like strong statements like that, but most likely will always be my own person and not be sponsored by a site. So I'm planning on really building that out for the next year or two. And I really kind of want, like in my heart, I kind of want to give a shot at just mainstream YouTube and just see like if I have what it takes. I could see just failing. I mean, in some ways, like
I don't think so.
It's actually kind of scary, because it's like I could just bomb. Like I could just bomb.
No chance. I don't believe it. No chance, kid. Come on. You serious right now? There's no fucking chance, man. If you put the same dedication, work ethic at that, I mean, we've talked about put that towards anything, man. I feel like it's going to go really well. I'm saying, like how could it not go well?
There's more than work ethic though, dude. There's the strategy, there's the timing, can you build the audience? There's the question of like, what type of content am I going to make? I want to give it a shot. That I think at some point in the next few years, I will give, it might even be somewhat soon. I don't know, but I will give like a real shot at doing mainstream YouTube to see if like, just see what I can do. I want to see what I can do, man. And it is a little bit scary in a way, because you're like, it could fail, man. Like you gotta like face facts, but then you're like in the game, and like I love being in the game. So yeah, I think that's something I want to give a shot. Something else that I kind of have wanted to do for a while. I don't see it in the next few years, but down the road, I would like to eventually give a shot at doing stand-up comedy. I know that sounds like ridiculous, and not really. I have no skill set in that at all right now, but like just see if I could do it.
I think so, man. I think you might as well try. Why can't you try stand-up comedian now? You can go out there and go to open mic or something like that. Give it a chance.
Only so many hours in the day, man.
That's true, man. You're doing a lot of stuff. That's for sure. I really want to see the mainstream YouTube, because you think about it, man. You got the guys in the flannel shirt. They have the YouTube thing. I mean, you got Seriously Serious. Exactly. You got Serious on the team. How can you fail, man? Thomas is a wizard, man. He's wizardly doing all these crazy stuff, man. I mean, I'd be excited for that. You already got the audience now too with poker. I feel like a lot of that poker is sort of just going to go over there. But if you start feuds with some of those crazy guys, I don't know, man. You never know. They're going to out clickbait you. You're going to learn. Maybe they'll teach you some lessons there, Poppy. I don't know, man.
I think that there's a lot of questions I'd have to do about like if I start a mainstream channel. I would probably try and do some kind of news stuff, because I feel like with jokes and editing, that can be a really strong way to get people in the door. I might try and do some comedy stuff. Maybe not. Generally speaking, the comedy stuff that I've done on the poker channel has bombed like pretty hard. Like that GPL video, man. By the way, if you guys are watching this,
great video.
Please please watch. It's called The Most Earth-Shattering Event Ever, and it's about the GPL. And if you don't know what the GPL is or what the GPL is, even better. But like that is the video I am most proud of, like, in my life on YouTube. And like, if I could do videos like that, that would be amazing. But like, if people don't want to watch them, you gotta know what the market wants. Like, look, man, the poker market does not want, like, they like little bits of comedy in a video, but they don't want Doug like full comedic, just like making jokes. They don't want that. They want to see pocket tens.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see like some chips. They want to see like, oh my God, Tom Dwan, what's he doing now in Macau? They want to see, you know, if someone hits a straight flush. They want to see that stuff. They don't really like, a lot of the people that watch my channel, and I know this, but a lot of them are there for the poker, and like, you know, I just bring some good poker content. So like, I understand that, but I would like to try and branch out and try and do some other things and just see if I could do it.
I hope we see it, man. I hope we see it sooner than later. I'd be excited about that, because I don't know, man. With that comes a whole other thing, a whole other challenge, whole other people out there to deal with, a whole new fan base of people who don't know who you are. And I mean, I don't know, like, people leave comments that aren't always the most positive. You know, how do you feel like that affects you at all, if anything?
That's a really good question. It's tough because you don't want to, I've said this before, but you really don't want to live in a bubble. Like, you don't want to be like, oh, negative comment, I'm not going to read this because he's a hater. I'm getting famous and he's hating because that's like, that's a terrible attitude to have. Like, yes, like when you read a comment that's negative, there are a couple things that you want to look at. Like, if someone's just like aggressively being mean to you, then yeah, you can just like ignore it. But if someone's like, Doug, I really think like this, and like you can tell it's a reasonable person, you should read what they have to say, because sometimes like it might help you. And like, there are certain things that people don't understand, and so you're like, look, man, like it's just gonna be like this. Like, you can make fun of my hair for as long as you want. I'm going to spike my hair somehow for the foreseeable future. And like, you can call me Vanessa Selps. I'll make fun of me. You can make fun of me. We're going to do the whole thing, but like, it's not changing. But then there are some times when like, you know, people say stuff and you're like, okay, I'm going to like consider this, you know. You can't just live in that bubble and just see what you want to see. Now, in general, you should try and respond to the positive comments, because those are the people that are with you. They're your fans. They're like really like sticking up for you. So you should spend more time focusing on the positive elements, but don't just blind yourself to see what you want to see.
What would it take you to cut your hair?
I don't know, man. Like, I like my hair. I've done it for a long time. I'm okay trying some different styles and stuff, but I'm not gonna do just like a random like bland hairstyle. Just like,
yeah.
You know,
maybe you can go me and the Jimmy style, man. Swoop it to the side. Swoop it to the side. What do you do that?
I don't think I can do that.
No, I mean,
I don't think I want to do that. I don't know.
It's okay, man.
Let's start. There's some comments in the chat here.
Which one's appeal? I like this one. Honest question, Doug. Why do you want to do the mainstream YouTube thing? Matthew Brent asks. That's a good question.
That's a great question. I've actually kind of been thinking about this a little bit lately. Like what my goals are in my life, because I'm getting into the point where it's like, all right, I'm in my late 20s and tons of time, obviously, but I got to kind of figure out like, where am I trying to go? Like big picture. And so there's like, you know, a few different goals you can kind of have. You know, some people have the goal of, I want to make every single possible dollar I can make. And while that's like, I mean, it's cool to like, you know, become rich. I actually don't think that that's really what I want. Like I want to be successful. Don't get me wrong. And I want to try and make as much money as I can, you know, reasonably, but I don't want to wake up and just like be like, how can I make every possible dollar I can today? You know, I don't like that. It's not really like what I want in my life. So the question kind of becomes like, what are reasonable goals? Like, do I want to try and become like very well known? Do I want to try and make the world a better place? Do I want to, you know, like, what do I want to do? And I think some part of me wants to go into politics at some point down the road. I'm sure. Yeah, I know. I kind of want to. I'm sure in some way that, you know, having a history in professional gambling will come back to haunt me. I could already imagine the attack ads. But, I think getting to play like an actual important part of like the government is, I like the idea of being part of that. I like the idea. I would like to be more well-known. I really enjoy interacting with people. I enjoy the experience of it. I like putting things out there and people watching it. So yeah, I think something more in that realm is what I want to do. And I think starting a mainstream YouTube channel. Look, like starting a mainstream YouTube channel is not going to be for the money, because like you just don't make that much money doing that. Like even the people with like 1 million subs, like what they're making is like, it would probably surprise most people how little they're making.
So like senator, president, what do you think politics here, man?
I don't think that it's a very smart idea to be like, I'm going to be a governor or a senator or the president one day. I think you just start off like locally, you see how you do, and then you go from there.
So you're saying my nickname for you, the Supreme Leader, Douglas K. Polk, could actually become a reality where you might be literally a Supreme Leader, Douglas K. Polk.
Look, man, you don't have much chance to run for president if you don't have like a family name that's like been president or
like Barack Obama.
I'm just trolling. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I could see myself going down that road. I think my plan is kind of like this. Really do a lot of poker related stuff for the next few years. Start trying to do some more mainstream stuff on YouTube or just like in the world. Maybe try and start some other businesses as well. Make like a transition into either politics or I don't know, acting or stand up or something in my like 30s and 40s. That's my tentative goals.
What about a family, man? You obviously, you got your lovely girlfriend. She started her new blog on Instagram. Make sure you check out Caitlin's doing page. She's on there. She's doing a lot of fashion stuff, travel stuff.
Wait, I'm being told in the chat there was a president named Polk.
Is that true?
Oh my God, I could run for president.
You could.
Wow.
Would you call yourself President Polker, or would you just?
That was good.
I don't know.
That was good.
Would you? I don't
Anyway,
know. What about? I don't know. I'm just wondering. I'm curious. What about you and the girl, man? You guys gonna get married, have a kid, family? What are you thinking about that, man?
I was trolling the chat, by the way. I knew that chat. Anyway, I don't know, man. Like those are good questions.
Listen, by the way, you can't. For the whole trolling thing, you ever heard me say I'm trolling anybody or you're a troll? You don't. It's not a troll when you gotta tell them it's a troll, dog. That's not a troll.
If there are enough people that are fooled, I think it's okay to let them in on it. I think it's okay.
It's not. You don't. I'm trolling. No, man. You don't tell them.
Whatever, man.
Leave them guessing. A master troll leaves them guessing. You want to be balanced with your approach. It's like poker. When you play pocket jacks, right? You think they should always 3-bet from the big blind. It's kind of dumb to 3-bet, not just call from the big blind versus a button open with pocket jacks, right? You think that plays dumb, right? You want to be balanced. GTO approach. You got to be balanced with your approach, man.
This is super.
Telling them all the time.
This is super meta.
I know, it's incredibly meta.
Anyway, to answer your question, I'm not really sure right now. I mean, I think at some point those are things I could see myself doing. I'm trying to just kind of play it by ear, and if I think the time comes, then yeah. But I'm not like planning all that out. I'm just gonna see how it goes. I mean, like right now, like this would be not the ideal lifestyle to have a kid. I'm traveling around all the time. I'm making videos
working out every day too.
I just don't think that that's ideal. So maybe things change down the road. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I can't wait till Doug's a father, man. I cannot wait. Poppy Polk's out there. I cannot wait till you're a dad. My God, kid. How's the workout challenge going? I think you're on like day 65. Seems like you worked out every day. Between the days, like it went from 18 to 40 pretty quickly there. And I'm not sure if you cheated or what happened there, but it seems like your days got really high in this workout challenge, which just goes at consistency, pays off and adds up quickly. Yeah.
So overall things have been good, man. I've lost like around 10 pounds over the course of it, which has been good. I'm getting stronger. I'm like, look, guys, it's been 2 months and like I was really out of shape. Now I'm like still pretty out of shape. I'm not like Doug, you don't look built yet. What happened? You worked out for 2 months. Like it's not how like working out works. So I started off the first like 25 days or so, just like making sure I got the workout in every day. Really wasn't too focused on diet. Then I tried to go keto for a few weeks and just like go like extremely low carb. And I just started to have like real bad stomach problems with that. Like I was in pain a lot. I just had a lot of issues with it. And it kind of culminated in I got just like violently sick for a couple of days. I think today was day 62, and I've taken 2 days off. So I got violently sick, and I mean, that was GG those couple of days. I mean, obviously I'm not going to work out through that. So I had to miss 2 days. And now I'm just kind of trying to like a balanced diet and just work out every day. So it's been good, man. It's good. You know, you see progress. It's slow, but I'm really committed to it. And yeah, I'm excited that I've made it a major part of my life.
I like it, man. You gonna keep it up? You gonna keep going? Obviously, World Series now. Schedule's gonna change. Are you planning to play a lot of World Series cash games, or what are you planning to make a lot of video? Like, what are you gonna plan to do with those?
So I'm definitely keeping it up. I'm gonna make sure health is a top few things focus for me. Work out every day, lift every day, do some days of cardio, whatever. So yeah, that's definitely gonna stay a primary focus of mine. As far as the World Series goes, my game plan, and I think this is what I did last year, so what I'm planning on doing in the future. I'm gonna play all of like the prestigious events, and then some of the events I really enjoy, like the 10K heads up. I love the 10K heads up. It's so fun to like you go there with all your bros. Like you see the bracket. Eventually, there's a bracket or whatever. I just love the whole thing, and heads up's my game, so I'll play that. I'll play the 6 max. I'll play the tag team. Obviously, won the 1K tag team with fees last year, so try and defend the title. That's a thing, which it really isn't. Yeah, I'll play all of those, and we'll go from there. Other than that, I'm gonna still be making videos and stuff through it. I applied for my World Series of Poker Media Pass today, so hopefully I will be an official member of the media.
You know, I think you can't say things. You can't like say anything negative about the World Series of Poker if you have a media pass. I believe.
I think I'm okay with that.
Okay.
It sucks. Don't get me wrong. Like I like being able to like.
I think there are other stipulations you might want to check out for that may come into play, because I looked into that last year and I was like, I'm not sure if that's going to be GTO to do that or not. She can't say anything on social or anything like that, I believe.
Anything negative.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you get yeah. So maybe want to research into that. Check it out. I mean, I don't know. You may be able to do it. I don't know. Could be a challenge. Could be a prop bet. I smell.
I really do try to not ever put myself in a situation where you can't say something about something that needs to be said. I really do try to avoid. I know you do too.
Not always. Let's be honest. Not always.
Dude, you obviously do.
But yeah, I know. I think they have that for the media pass. There's these restrictions that you can only say certain things on social and you can't get out of line and stuff like that. Yeah, the rule was added in 2015, Sirius says, after a particular shitstorm. It was correct.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Take it by ear. Take it by ear.
Play it by ear. All right, so Joey, let's talk about you a little bit.
Oh boy, okay.
So you put together your best month on YouTube. Your best month. And I have to say, I was proud of you, man. You really worked hard. You put a lot of good stuff out there, and you had a great month on YouTube. You like crushed all your metrics. What's up next? Are you gonna continue on the YouTube grind, or are you?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out my life right now. Doug got my GTO club. Got other things I'm doing. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to keep doing as much YouTube. I like doing just the podcast, putting out those videos every day. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. I didn't find it very fun overall.
Oh, you didn't like the video every day?
No, man. I like making dumb videos where I act like a fucking idiot. That's what I like. I like putting on my hat and talking about making billions of dollars, Doug. That's what I like doing, man. I don't like being like, all right, you got ace 7-4, you got a 3-bet here, and then you're going to make a C-bet, 2/3 size pot. I like that. Good size there. Oh, river turn comes out. Maybe make a tight fold. I mean, I don't know if I'd do that. You know, I don't like, fuck, man. These guys are like, oh, no, you got to do. It's like, shut the fuck up, Jim, in the comment section. Like, they think I'm like Doug. They think I'm supposed to be a PLO site where I'm telling them exactly what to do, man. I merged my PLO strategy range so well that people out there don't even know what's fucking going on, man. But I don't know, man. I want to act like a fucking idiot. I want to put on this mask sometimes. And I just want to be like, you want to play poker? You shouldn't play poker. You're going to be fucking broke. I just want to do that sometimes, man. Sometimes I want to do things like that. But you know what?
You can do that, man. You could do that every day. Just do something every day.
Fucking Jim in the comments section. No, Joey, it's not 73% on pro. Shut the fuck up, Jim. I mean, come on, man. You know, you got people in the chat talking about yelling. Like, I'm gonna yell if I want to fucking yell, man.
Yeah, man.
I just want to do what I want to do, dog. That's what I'm thinking about YouTube, man. Now you see.
Some of the YouTube warriors are really just amazing. They're just amazing. It's like you're playing like a $25,000 tournament and making like a comment on like how you played a hand, and then some guy is just like, or some Jim is basically like, technically on the turn, tens should actually be a raise because tens is just ahead of the value range of your opponent. And it's just like, shut the fuck up, Jim. You're in the comments, goddammit. I'm over here losing my $25,000 like a goddamn man. You're in the you're in the comments. You live with your mom, and you're like, Mom, Doug got stacked with tens. Like, I told him to stop. Like, get the fuck out of here. I feel you.
And like, listen, I get it, Doug. Right? You put
hashtag fuck Jim. That's correct.
Fucking Jim. You put comments out there. You put a video out there. You're gonna get comments. They're not all gonna be positive. I get it, man. But like, I don't want people to think I'm not fucking Jay Nandez. Jay Nandez is like, technically, you want to fold ace queen. Listen, if Jay Nandez was playing PLO in a live game, you wouldn't play a hand for 5 hours, man. According to Jay Nandez's PLO, I can't be like, yeah, the crocodile should fold 9953 preflop. I don't want crocodile folding 9953 preflop. I want crocodile calling with 9953.
I just tweeted hashtag fuck Jim. Give that the retweet. Let's get this shit trending.
Fuck Jim, man. I cannot take Jim. I can't take him, man.
No, listen, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, Joey, okay? This is what I've come to learn in my wisdom of what I've learned on YouTube. The reason why gyms exist in poker, but they don't in like other games. I mean, there's always the armchair, what are they called? Armchair warrior. The Monday morning quarterback. Yeah, fucking gym. There's always a gym. But the thing is, there's less gyms in other things like chess or like, you know, very strategy-based games with no luck. You can't like be like, oh, that sucks. Like, you can see the answer, right? In poker, because there's luck, there are people that believe that like anyone who's like well-known is just lucky, or like anyone that, you know, has success is just lucky, and that they actually know what you're supposed to do. They're just look, Jim's a high-stakes player, okay? He's just stuck right now in the $10 home games. Yeah. But he's technically a high stakes player. He's just not there right now, you know. And everyone thinks they're like that. So people just like step in and just say things because they really honestly believe they're right for whatever reason. So yeah, sometimes it is a little bit crazy. But rather than just like attack those people in general, as I have tweeted hashtag fuck Jim. But in general, rather than attacking them, I try to explain a little bit, but you can really only do so much.
I don't want Jim to get better. That's the thing. I want Jim to be done. I don't want him to be good. I'm not trying to educate Jim. I don't care if Jim makes the right play with fucking tens. I want Jim to keep losing his money. You want to know why? Because that's how poker works. People lose money.
Tell the truth. It's because you hate people that look like Jim. You hate people that look like Jim, Joey. You can't get this one by me.
I don't even know what people like Jim look like. What do they look like?
You know exactly what Jim looks like.
Fuck, man. There was this guy named Jim back in the day, right? 7th grade, Doug. 7th grade, I'm in mathematics class. Teacher asked me a question. What's 24 plus 175? I can pull up my calculator. Guy next to me, Jim, says, "You're a fucking, what are you? You don't know that? Come on. You don't know that?" And then he tells the answer. And fucking Jim, everyone's laughing at me. I don't know how to do the mathematical equation, 7th grade. I feel like an idiot. I go home, I'm crying. My mom puts me on the bed. She's giving me a talk all night long. I end up going to bed 5 a.m. I go to sleep, and I go to the next day. I dropped out of class. I changed class. But I studied more mathematics, and you could say because I took that class and I had that experience with Jim, I then learned how to play poker. So yeah. In a way, it was Jim did good for me.
And then Jim mysteriously got beat up at school. Mysteriously. Allegedly, debatably. He debatably got beat up. He debatably did.
He took a couple shots, I'll be honest. I mean, I don't know who it's from, man. I don't know, man. Hashtag King might have been there, punched him people in the face. I don't know what's happening there, man. But all I know is shout out to Jim, man. We got a lot of Jims out there. You guys make the poker world go round, Jim. I appreciate you guys out there, man. Much love.
You got it. Okay, here's the thing though. Like you do want Jim to watch your video.
No, I don't.
You do want that because
no, I don't. I don't want
Because
Jim to
look, there's so many gyms out there. Like you want them to be there because they might learn, they might try to play poker. It might make poker bigger. You want that. I want that. You're welcome to do whatever you want. I want. Look, Jim, you've done some pretty fucked up shit. Okay, and I can't take it all the time. But you're welcome. You're welcome over at Doug Polk Poker. I got you. I'll give you a shout out. Shout out for Jim.
Shout out to Jim, man. I got a lot of love for Jim. I like Jim, man. Yo, Jim, listen, man. I like you in my comment section. You know, keep commenting, keep doing what's up. I think, Doug, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you what it is, Doug. Why I feel a little bit something about making the PLO videos. Because when I make the videos, I like to make jokes about the things. Like the 9953. I'm not gonna fold that hand pre-flop, Doug. So when I say that, someone might watch that and be like, oh, well, he's not gonna fold. I'm not gonna fold. But you should fold a 9953. But I'm trying to be. But they think because everyone else there is all like very strategic about it, they think I'm being serious when I say some of these comments when I know I'm obviously just kidding. Take it that way, and then they might go play. They might do. I don't know. They're gonna listen to me because you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
Well, the thing is, you're trolling your fucking viewers all the time. They don't know what you're saying. They don't know if they should believe you or not. You're so GTO with your trolling range that your viewers don't even know what's going on anymore. They're scared, Joey. They're afraid.
Dare I say, GTO, my friend. What else we got to talk about? What else we got? Anything else? You got something else for me, man? Instagram. You got the multi-table tournament course. By the way, I am going to be having a special offer for the multi-table tournament course. Anyone that signs up with my link in the not in the description now, that doesn't exist right now. It might exist in a couple weeks when it comes out. I'm going to be giving away special bonus material, especially for you tournament fucking players, because I know you guys need this stuff badly. You're going to
that would be good considering it's a tournament course.
No, this is going to be more of a soft skills GTO club related material for tournament players as they go into the World Series, and it's going to help them pwn it up. They're going to need it. They're going to want it. They're going to love it. They're going to have to have it, Douglas. They're going to have this bonus material, my friend. Okay?
Good.
When's the multi-table tournament course coming out?
It's coming out May 22nd.
May 22nd. Perfect. May 20. How's the PLO course been coming along with Jane Andes? You happy with the results so far?
Outstanding. I mean, frankly, a large part to do with you, obviously, and we both know that. Joey, just like I cannot believe how many people got over to upswing for the PLO course. It was honestly mind blowing.
Yeah,
you blew my mind. If you guessed the number of people that Joey would have gotten over to the PLO course, I would have guessed a fourth or a fifth of what you did. This guy knows his PLO.
Yeah. Listen, man, I've been getting ever since I started doing that. I've been getting people hitting me up. Hey, will you talk about my product here? Will you talk about my product here? I'm like, I got no interest in talking about anybody else's product unless it's something that I really believe in, which is PLO course. I do believe in. I've seen the course is fucking sick. Its course is awesome. It's intense. I mean, it's awesome. But outside of that, I mean, I'm not interested in being. I've never done anything affiliate wise ever until then. That was the first thing I've done in 3 years plus. So I think that might be why. Because if I do it, I mean, I think people are going to know that it's probably going to be a good thing.
You know what? In general, I think too many people start trying to just like be affiliates, just to like make money and just start making money as they can, and not enough people are like, you know, careful. And then it's okay to be an affiliate, but only for things that like you actually believe in and like know are going to be good value and done occasionally. You can't just be like. You can't just like I feel like a lot of the Twitch streamers, they just start being affiliates for just like everything. You gotta pick your battles. You want to affiliate for things that are actually valuable.
Well, people need money. I understand they want to make money. They perceive affiliating as easy money. You know, people buy things, they sign up, and you just make money. You don't necessarily have to do anything. I think a lot of people out there streaming on Twitch, they need to make money. So I understand why they decide to do that. And I was lucky enough when I first started doing this, and now I don't necessarily need to make money from doing affiliates. So I never thought about it. I never worried about it. But I understand a lot of people out there do have to worry about it. So I can understand why they decide to do things like that.
Yeah, I gotcha. I think that you hurt your growth as like a content creator a little bit if you're just nonstop being an affiliate. Yeah. Like people are okay with like in general, people are going to be okay with promoting a few things that are good value that you're a part of. But when it's just like you just start, there's a line, you know.
I agree. Someone in the chat says something about my red nose. Listen, When I'm back home, I don't know what happens. It's cold here outside Chicago. My nose just gets red. I'm not doing cocaine. If I did cocaine, I'd happily admit it. I'd have no problem admitting if I did cocaine. I promise you guys, but I don't. And if I'm going to be accused, I want some. So give me some for heaven's sakes, man. Let's see. We talked about the Wade Staples prop bet last time as well. Let me see here. Tournament player. Okay. Does Jim stream on Twitch? I'm not sure. What do I think about the PLO course? I think it's really, by the way, someone said the course is going to kill the great game of PLO. I disagree completely, because what I've noticed is that there's a lot of people signing up for that course that have never played Potluck Hall before that really want to play. And the course is so fucking hard that most people, I mean, they're probably not going to, I don't know, man. It's going to take a lot of work to become a winning player either way. So in terms of the game, I mean, I don't think that's the truth at all. What do you think, Doug?
Well, I think training material has been out here for forever. I mean, like, you know, this is not like some like brand new thing. It doesn't just like automatically kill the game. Yeah, people are going to get better from the course. That's part of it. But it also does bring awareness to a game type and bring in more people. So yeah, it's a mixed bag. Yeah,
definitely a mixed bag, man. You don't think this tournament course, the master class, is going to kill the games?
It'll make the games harder for sure for tournaments. No doubt about that. It might bring some people into playing tournaments that don't otherwise. So that could be good. But the real thing about that course is there's just so much demand for it that, you know, people want it, and you have to create things that, you know, the market wants. You don't get to decide like, well, people want to play this game, so we're gonna do that. No, you have to go where the people are. And there was a question here in the chat that I wanted to address as well. Someone asked, like, why did Pratush make the course and not me? Because Pratush did make the course. I'm just joining him for some of the videos. The reason is, you know, I already have so many things that I'm working on. You know, I have a commitment to the Upswing Lab. I've been doing videos there. I'm doing more videos and doing this module. And I don't want to just like it's just not a question of like, okay, we're just gonna have Doug make as many of these as possible so that we make, you know, more money because it's Doug. We want to make sure that it's a good course, and like I can still do other things. Like, you know, I don't have infinite time. They just like bang out courses. Like I'm not gonna do that. I did one earlier this year. I'm going to focus more on the lab for the time being. I'm going to be part of the course, but, you know, I only have so many hours, and so I just have to figure out how to spend them, you know, appropriately. By the way, Pratush, though, is an amazing tournament player. Like, I've coached Pratush in the past. He's had great success playing tournaments. He's a really smart guy. He won the spelling bee when he was a kid. That's insane. Mm-hmm. And then he graduated from Duke. You know, he's a really smart guy. And he will certainly teach the style of poker that I've always taught. He's smart. I can't say the right word of teached when using a sentence. But anyway, I think that he has done a great job, and I'm excited for what people have to say about the course.
Me too. I'm excited. I'm excited to check the course out myself, Doug. I want to brush up on my tournament game, so that way this summer I'll be selling action, guys. A special announcement just for you viewers now. And be selling action. I'm playing a full schedule of World Series of Poker tournaments.
Go fuck yourself, Joey.
I'm playing a full schedule of multi-table tournaments. I've been watching Doug's multi-table tournament tip of the day on Instagram, on his story. Check it out. It's good stuff. And I feel like I'm ready to hop into the tournament player ring. I'm going to be selling a package where I'm going to be playing 35, a full slate of tournaments, no limit hold'em, starting out with $1,000 shootout. And I'm very excited, guys. It's going to be up on my stake draft page. I'm going to be selling at 1.4 markup. And if you guys want a piece, get in touch with me. Let me know. 1.4 markup on stake draft. And I'm excited about that, man. I'm pumped up, Doug. I figured like this course would be a good training ground for myself for the tournament. How much is the course, by the way?
1.4 seems low. More markup is better. So maybe more like 1.5, 1.6.
Well, I mean, listen, whatever they want to sell, I'm fine.
The course is going to be $700.
$700.
Yes, $700! Exclamation point.
Okay, why that price? How'd you come at 700?
So we wanted to make the price a little bit more approachable for people that play tournaments, because it does tend to be a little bit different of a different crowd. The kinds of people that are taking a high stakes PLO course tend to, I think, in general, be a little bit more successful players. Bang. I don't think that's bang. Look, I don't think that's bang bang, but whatever. So we wanted to make the price point a little more approachable. Yeah, I think that's the main reason. It's gonna be very similar to the other courses, though. It's gonna be like around 30 hours of content, with the around half-ish or a little bit more devoted to theory and just produce breaking things down. And then the rest are going to be, playing explains or like walking through events or walking through some final table review, that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna give an idea, and if you don't take this, someone else is more happy to take this. You should do something where you get in touch with one of these guys that backs a lot of people and stakes a lot of people, because obviously most of these tournament players, Doug, that want to take this course, they ain't got no money. That's just is what it is, right? They're in makeup, whatever. But maybe you get in touch with someone. I mean, they just I know them. I know the guys. I talk to the guys. They are. It is what it is. It's a reality situation. Maybe you can work out something with the stakers, with the backers, to maybe do something with them, and that way they can get these guys this course, man. And I don't know. I'm just thinking I'm brainstorming ideas in my mind right now, rolling through things, because there's a lot of big stables out there.
So your idea is work out something with the stables so that people in makeup can take the course.
Yeah. Well, they'll just tournament players, maybe some of their guys. I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
You're just using this as an opportunity to make fun of tournament players.
No, I'm not at all. I'm
yes,
serious.
You are. Yes, you are.
Good idea. Are you kidding me right now? This is a very good idea. Chip leader coaching, John Beaupre, Chance Corneth got that out there. One of those. I mean, I'm telling you, man, it's a good idea. I got one of those guys in my GTO club, man. You know what happened? He just won a tournament.
Duly noted. I
don't know, man. It's an idea. It's not a troll. You guys are idiots, man. See, you can't tell them now they think everything's a troll. These guys are the biggest donks in the world. These guys' troll radar is so fucking bad.
Don't believe him.
They don't know what they're even. They can't put it in their hands, Doug.
Guys,
they can't.
Chat. I would not lie to you. Do not believe him.
I'm being very serious. How is that not a good idea for you to sell packages to work with stables to get tournament players that can't afford it but want the package? They want the package. It'll benefit them, but they can't afford it themselves. So you help out a facilitated deal.
I understand your idea here, Joey. I understand.
You think it's a bad idea? Too micro. It ain't macro enough. It's too micro. Okay, I get it. That's all you got to say. I'm not a fucking bit. Listen, man. I'm not up swing poker. I got the Poker Life podcast. Now that makes sense, right?
I got you. Let's talk about this. How's GTO Club been lately?
People are doing well that are in the group. That's for sure, man. People are doing well, but it's a lot. It's I don't know, man. It's something I go back and forth on in my mind.
Are you still keeping it kind of like a smaller group? You've been taking any new people in?
No, I don't want to take not right now. We have like 10, 12 guys in there. But I think what happens is, Doug, is that, while it is something, it's a monthly membership fee and it's it's not a cheap course for a lot of Busto people out there. But at the same time, I think when you do something like an affiliate stuff, right? And you think about where can you focus your energy? You do something like affiliate something, you put more effort into that, or even clothing or whatever, the amount of money you potentially make from some of these things is exponentially higher compared to the amount of work you put into something else. And for myself, there's a lot more other benefits I get from the club. It forces me to keep learning. It forces me to keep understanding how to help people, how to teach people, how to work with people, how to put people together, and how to get people, help them stay on track or stay going or whatever. But at the same time, it's always that sort of fine balance, right? Between, how much you make from that and how much pressure and stress you put on yourself compared to other things you could be doing, where you just, you know what I mean? It's just so much different, man, in terms of hourly and time and the knowledge you get and all kind of stuff like that.
Gotcha. Well, it seems like you have a good group of guys doing good stuff, learning, becoming better human beings. Seems pretty GTO.
Yeah, man, we got some good people in there, man. I mean, it's great. We got to shout out to my buddy Dr. Space. We got a lot of guys a lot of them play the high stakes live games around America. Got a couple foreign guys who are on the grind as well too. We got my wizard assistant Jonah, who's the sickest 21 to 22-year-old of all time. So yeah, man, it's going pretty well. But I don't know where the future goes, man. I don't know, man. I'm existing, man. I'm just here on this earth, right? What do they say? I'm just existing in space, trying to fucking figure out my path, man. I miss the great game of Potland, Omaha, man. It sucks,
You want to play?
I miss it, man. I miss it.
Why don't you embrace it? Why don't you get back in there?
That money poisons your mind, man. Easy come, easy go, man. I mean, playing the, it's like it's its own little thing, man. It's a gift and a curse if you can win or lose in a certain amount of money. It's, that can pollute your mind when it comes to doing other things in life where you don't make anywhere near as close as that.
It is tough. I've had some days where, I play high stakes and the next day I fire up my bankroll challenge on Twitch and I'm playing 50 cent one. And then the day before I lost like $30,000. It's like, all right, I really hope we stack this guy. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's tougher to take big losses, I think, when you're not playing a lot. Because back in the day, I had some really devastating days. I think the day I lost the most money in my life was that day I lost 1.1 million to Isildur. Obviously did not have all myself, but I had a healthy piece of that loss. I think actually might be by far my worst day ever. And even though that stung, I knew I was going to get more action. I knew I was going to be able to play that week. I knew I was going to get to study and take another shot at it. So it hurt some, but it was like in the middle of an upswing, middle of an upswing. I knew I was going to get to play more. So it isn't as bad. But when you just are doing like videos or whatever, and then you like step in, you lose like 50 grand, and then you like go back to it. It's kind of like, I don't know, it hurts more. It hurts more to lose big when you don't play as often.
Yeah. Also, I mean, right now, the state of the games in terms of playing games for Potman Omaha, it's a bit different but they're so spread out. There's not that real one safe concrete option to really play right now. The sites that you can play on are just, they're underground, and there's who knows what's going on there. So I think just, from that standpoint as well, it's just not necessarily that easy to even play in games and feel comfortable playing in the games too. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have no idea what the PLO landscape looks like. None.
Well, listen, Doug, I can't educate you because people are going to fucking pissed at me. They got mad the other day. I almost said it on the Jane Andes thing. I almost brought it up, and they got 3 messages. So a lot of untracked action going on these days, Doug.
I gotcha.
The countries are flowing. Asia, fucking India, Turkey, Italy. There's some underground America. There's all kind of stuff going on there, Doug, right now, man. It's oh my God. All right. One more question. We're going to wrap it up here. What do you think about the situation Run It Once Poker, man? You got any sort of more feelings on that? Obviously now it's about May, the site was talked about last year. I think there were some setbacks with it. Are you still potentially hopeful, or how do you feel about the future of that potential site?
Sorry. Which site?
Run It Once Poker.
Run It Once Poker. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, man, like, here's the thing. It's a little tough for me just because like they're basically our only like real competitor in the coaching space. So like, a lot of people ask me like, Doug, are you going to work with them? I'm like, probably not. Probably not going to be involved in that. So I don't want to go too far into it. I will say that it seems like they're not running the tightest ship just because they announced a Q1 launch and then didn't launch Q1. And then, we haven't really seen much of an update from it. So it seems a little bit cloudy as to how that's going to go. I don't really agree with the strategy they used for the launch. And I also think that they're making some mistakes here. I don't really want to go too much into specifics, but I mean, look, like if I do hope that, their site does well. I do hope that their site does well. Because I think it would be nice for there to be some other people in the mix other than stars. But I also have to say that I'm not too hopeful for their ability to do so because it seems like there are mistakes being made.
Well, you know what? I'm buying stock Run It Once Poker. I'm supporting them, man. I got their back. I'm gonna try to help as long, the site is a good operation. Not more rake, maybe less rake. I'm throwing my full support behind it, man. I want to see it work. I want to see it happen, man. But I feel like now we got some sites that are doing something. Party Poker, I think, is kind of making a little bit of push, and it seems like they're trying to make some changes for the positive for the players. So, I don't think it's all sort of more rake on the landscape and spin and goes and jackpot and deals. And I think you put some on Snapchat or something like that the other day.
Put a deal on Snapchat?
Put something on there. This is what poker's turned into, where it's like you're...
Oh, yeah. Basically, like, I know what you're talking about. So Pokerstars has this thing now that like every so often someone hits a jackpot and then they spin a wheel and it's like, how much money do they win? And I took out Snapchat and I took a video of it and I said, this is what poker is coming to right now. Someone is spinning a wheel for money and Stars is trying to get everyone to watch it. So yeah, I mean, stuff like that is like terrible for poker. Why can't people be okay with playing poker? Why can't
it's a business, Doug? You got to monetize, make all the money. You got $5 billion for investors. I mean, it's something, right? You got to, business, right? Business, Doug, right? Why do you charge that? Why do you charge 700? Why not charge 100? Business.
Well, I mean, money. Yeah, true. But it's also like the value of what you're creating. I mean, it's priced appropriately within the market and like you have to make it worth like everyone's time.
Some people like that stuff, man. They like the spinning the wheel and seeing how much money they're going to make. That's what they like. They don't want to get in the lab and study and figure out how to play turn in the river. No, they want to spin a fucking wheel and gamble it up. No gamble, no futures. Know what they say, Poppy? No gamble, no future. I think that's what they want to do.
You are like on the scale of how hard you troll on the podcast, and I've been on a lot of podcasts. I think this one might be a 10.
I'm being serious. They want to spin the wheel. How is that a troll? That's very serious. How is that kidding? I'm being very serious about that.
Poker players don't want to spin a goddamn wheel. They want to play poker.
They like spinning the wheel. Why are they so pop? They like spinning the wheel.
No, Pokerstars wants
Farmville. Do you not watch Farmville, man? Clash of Clans.
I'm done.
My team. They love, dude. They fucking love this stuff, man. NBA 2K, my team, FIFA, Spin, Madden.
Are you guys here? Is the chat? I'm asking the chat. Are you guys going through what I'm going through right now? Like, what's up with this guy today? Farmville ITT.
They love it, man. I wish they didn't. I wish they enjoyed some deep stack pop limit Omaha play, but it seems like they like the crack, man.
No. Pokerstars is trying to make them like crack. They're like, hey, how about a little crack? I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And then you're spinning wheels.
You know what? This is a really great point. You're right. Because if they maybe lowered the rake or if they changed that structure, I'm sure more people would want to play cash games too. And obviously cash games have been very popular in the past too. So I don't think there's any reason that they couldn't be popular now in the future and beyond.
Agree.
It's very true. That's a good point. They are sending people that what's true. Maybe I'm getting fed. Fuck, man. I got to be honest, Doug, I'm going to admit something right now, and I'm embarrassed by this. I played one of those spin things the other day for PLO on ACR. Kind of liked it.
Ooh.
Kind of liked it.
That's how it starts.
I can't help it. I didn't want to like it. But you know what? It's crazy. You spin the wheel and it flows through numbers, and I'm like, oh, I might win the 6,000, but then
you didn't.
No, I didn't. And then, but it's still 4 cards.
I love on stars in the spins. The last number before the number you see is always $1 million.
Yeah.
And you're like, $1 million. Oh, $30.
There's a reason why crack cocaine.
Oh, $60.
Yeah, man. There's a reason why it's popular. There's a reason why crack cocaine took over the world in the 80s. It's because people wanted it. It was they liked it. They got hooked. And I think that's what's happening. People are hooking people on with these games. Pokerstars is the crack cocaine dealer right now. They're Colombia. They're feeding the crack cocaine to the world.
You got that white?
We need the USA to step in and save this.
Yeah, it doesn't seem likely.
Dieter said it is the psychological spin of making money by perfect brand marketing. Yeah, I know, man. It is. I gotta say. Any last thought? You got something else, Doug?
No, man. I think we kind of hit the nail here across all the stuff. When are you getting to Vegas? When are you gonna get out to Vegas?
Poppy.
Oh, I do have one more thing to say. Got one more thing to say, guys. So we're still working out the details. I can't say exactly what it is, but it's looking like it could be pretty exciting. I don't want to get anyone too pumped. We're going to have another upswing party like we did last year. Joey stopped by and joined us.
That was really fun. I loved that party.
We're looking to have another one, and this time we're looking to have more like 1,000 people or something. And we're working out the details. But if you guys are going to be in Vegas the first week of July, we're going to have an upswing party. More details will be released later. But you're welcome to stop by and hang out and have some free drinks.
Yeah, I liked the party last year. We had the after party, went out last year. I met a couple friends. I'm still friends with some of those friends. Shout out to those friends we met there. What is it? We can't say, is it a secret? I mean, it's still worked out technically, right?
Well, last year we did the win. We're looking at some options this year. We're talking to some people, and we're going to see what happens.
You should do something like FanDuel does, where FanDuel, they use this app called Circus, and then they put the party out, and then like a bunch of women come there from that. And that way it's not all fucking dudes there. Maybe you should do something like that for the upswing party, because we know it's going to be all a bunch of guys there. Maybe you can you can use Circus to get some women there. That way some guys have women to talk to. They aren't like hookers or anything like that. They're just like regular women that want to come have fun.
I just can't see a way to add women in an authentic way. I mean, look, man, we can talk about this later. We'll try and figure it out. Maybe we can find some but if you just add in random women, come on, we all know poker players.
It works really well. I'm serious.
This guy straight 10 on the troll game today. 10 out of 10.
What are you trying to? All those guys there,
bro. You put
last year. What are you trying to say about those guys? Those guys were cool. Come on. Those guys were. You think
those guys were cool? No. Don't don't change what I'm saying. You're trolling about here.
I'm not. You're
We
like in your
cannot.
head
You
now.
cannot.
It is in your head. You've got like the needle in your head right now. Fucking.
No, there are people watching this. They know what's going on.
They do not know what's going on.
You can't add in random women to a poker party and be like, all right, mingle. GL. GL.
Well, the women at least will be there. They don't got it. You don't necessarily have to talk to them. They're just there. It makes the ambiance better.
Well, either way, I want you guys to all know everyone is invited. We'll have some kind of guest list. I think we could probably do around 1,000 people or something. See what happens.
Well, listen, I'll be in charge of getting the girls then if you guys want.
That could be a great job for you.
I'll talk to Coletta. We'll find some girls to the party. We don't want it to be like, last year a lot of dudes there, man. No single women. I mean, listen, Poppy wants to mingle there. If I'm single, of course. If I'm with a girl, then I won't be mingling. But last year we had a lot of wives. We had a lot of girlfriends there.
Yeah, there were some women. Yeah.
Not gonna be able to do it, man. You gotta stay away from girlfriend.
That's up to you. We'll coordinate.
All right, guys. Sorry for anyone if I annoyed you with the sound. Listen, man, you guys don't like the podcast. Don't fucking watch it. I'm honestly, I'll be fine, man. I'm gonna still live a good life, man. I'm gonna still have fun. I'm gonna still try to pursue the meaning of life. If you guys don't watch it, I don't give a fuck, man.
That was amazing. Hey, you don't like this? Don't fucking watch it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, don't watch it. It's fine. I don't care. I'm not losing no sleep, man. I'm fine, man. I don't care. Just don't. Let me hang out with the weirdos that want to watch my pod. That's what I got to say, man. This month, guys, coming up, we got a big month coming up. We're going to a super high roller bowl week. We're going to have, I know right now we're having Maurice Candiani on the podcast. He's the one that invented high stakes poker. He's basically the one behind that show. He's in charge of Super High Roller Bowl as well. Poker After Dark as well, too. And we're going to have a couple of the Super High Roller Bowl players that week as well. I think we're going to be having Dan Coleman on this month too. Olivier Bousquet, I believe we're going to have him back on as well too. And we got a bunch of other fun stuff lined up. It's going to be a sick month, man. Doug, I'm excited. You excited for Super High Roller Bowl? I'm
excited, man. That's like my favorite event every year.
It's so good.
I've never made day 2, and it's not even hard to make day 2, but I'm hoping that happens this year.
I really want you to final table, man.
It would be sweet. Me too, man. I would also like to final table.
Fuck, man. That'd be so sick. I'm getting excited thinking about it, man.
I got on the feature table and bluff jammed against Brian Rast, got it through and dropped to Bazam. That happened.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I'm sure he loved that.
I'm sure he loved that. Look, there were some people I was going to do it, some people I wouldn't. Rast's a cool guy. I thought it would be all right.
I like Brian a lot, man. I like him. He's one of my favorite people.
He's a good dude. He's a really smart guy.
I like him, man. He's not very good at never mind. You'll see that show eventually when it comes out, whenever Poker Central puts that out. So, but that's it, guys. Doug, when are you going to be streaming on Twitch next? On Sunday?
My next stream is this Sunday at noon Pacific time.
Cool. And then, yeah, if you guys want to see more podcasts, subscribe to my page, P.O. Lohans as well. Doug's channel, obviously, he's putting out a ton of videos on there. If you want to see a Twitch streamer lose $103,000, check out his page as well. And that's it, man. Instagram, Doug Polk Poker. Me, Poppy GTO. What else we got? That's it?
That's it, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right, guys. Much love. Adios. See you guys later. Peace out.
Peace.